So when you guys returned to main gate, your welcome was about as warm as you might have expected. Though some generosity was shown from the father of the children you saved, or young men you saved from the garden. You decided to return to see your rat friends, and were given a few interesting potions, if you could call them that. And you guys headed downstairs. You talked to Malcolm a bit, and we pretty much left off with, let's see, the Rat King piss poor drunk, Zelfer.
Oh yes.
Yeah, Zelfer absolutely fucking with him. Menin doing her best to stop Zelfer. I believe Six was
Actually,
over
she
there.
was gonna hit me with a stick.
She's what?
She wanted to hit both of us with a stick because we were being whatever we were being.
She
Right.
tried to smack you both and failed.
Yeah, that's right.
Both.
Meanwhile, I believe Percival and
I was
Sam.
talking to Gladius, or whatever the fuck his name is.
GLaDOS?
What?
Sure.
Thanos?
No, GLaDOS.
Well, I'm going and seeing Endgame this weekend for free.
Were you talking to
It's not
Gerd?
working.
Were you trying to talk to Gerd? What?
No,
His rat buddy.
Wizard
Malcolm?
Boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget about your rat buddy.
Yeah, and James.
Yeah, and James, of course. James is
All
James
right,
is your
good job,
homie.
Holden. Go ahead and add inspiration.
Thanks.
Yeah, welcome to our campaign, Holden. Have you made a character yet?
I have, actually.
Oh.
Don't
Let's
worry, I'll
see
try and
here.
introduce him. Maybe this session, maybe next session. I don't know.
We'll get to that later.
Who
Okay.
the fuck is Zin?
My character. So anyway, moving on. We return. we return to the scene I just described. I actually, Jason, Six, I believe was. Had you already checked your brew?
Yes. That's
Okay.
what the
Six
record
I
is.
remember- I
went
recall you-
upstairs.
Six went
Six
upstairs.
no one guessed. No one remembered.
He was going upstairs to avoid me.
Indeed.
So Six went upstairs. We returned to Zelfer and Menin with the Rat King, and Percival and Sam with Malcolm and new rat friend.
Yeah.
All right, who has the map?
It's on the screen.
Yelled Six from the floor above.
I don't know what screen you're talking about, but I would like to see the map.
And the Rat King
I
in the
yell
corner.
back.
The Rat King in the corner yells out, "Mappy, mappy, map! Yes, oh yes, map!"
I look at him. I look at Menon. I look at my dagger. I look back at him. I put my dagger away, and I walk back to this entrance. I look at Malcolm. What's back here?
Oh, the rats and the ominous demonic statue. You know how
Alright,
it goes.
I just start heading back.
Okay.
If no one's stopping me, I'm gonna head all the way to the statue.
Yeah, Six is upstairs. Imagine Menon is now trying to take care of the Rat King as best she can. Percy, what are you up to?
What time of the day is it?
Let's
Tuesday.
See. You, it is Tuesday o'clock.
Damn, that's late.
Okay,
It's
so
like almost
Sam's gonna head
bedtime.
upstairs to see the map with Six. Sure thing. It is, as far as you're aware, probably about midday.
Gotcha. I'm still near Malcolm, right?
You sure are.
Sweet. I'm gonna ask him, with the mug of beer in my hand, do you have a cigar?
A cigar? No. You
Okay.
think I don't think you could find something that fine in
Or,
this place.
you know, something to smoke with? Sorry.
I can produce fire. You can smoke
Okay.
with that.
Well, my lungs don't enjoy getting incinerated like that. Alright.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna head.
You watched You watch
I don't know.
Zelfer go venture into the cave on his own. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Six and Sam have headed upstairs.
I'm gonna pop my head into the cave and ask, Zelfie boy if I may follow.
He's a ways ahead.
I kind of just scuttled off.
Hey,
Like,
well,
you
I'm
know,
gonna go. Peace out, boy.
Okay, are you heading to try to find Zelfer?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of follow him back.
All right. I believe Menon would probably follow Six upstairs eventually after doing her best to tend to the Rat King.
There's a spread of food upstairs. Let's not forget. It's kind of a party-ish sort of thing because I
Yep.
got all those
I did remember
apples
that.
and cheese and breads and all that.
I did remember that. So Percival, you're walking through the cave, kind of looking around, trying to find Zelfer. There are a couple of turns, and it looks like the rats have essentially made this their impromptu home, and there are many kind of scuttling around. They give you weird looks as you walk through, and eventually you do see up ahead Zelfer stopped at a line of large boulders, and in front of him a fountain, not running, but a pool of blood with a trail leading off into a different section of the cavern.
There are rats over here, right?
Yeah.
I looked at them. Why are these stones here?
The one immediately behind you would say, "No, go there. No, go. Bad."
Okay, are the stones like? Can I walk past them?
You could climb over them easily enough.
All right.
Percy, you see him climb over the stones and walk toward the pool of blood.
Do I see? Are there any symbols on the ground?
Up ahead of you.
I am fully ready to roll for this.
To roll for.
I'm gonna follow him.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna shrug and I'm gonna hop and jump without using my arms all the way on top of the boulder.
What's your strength score?
18. 19.
19. You can do so.
I don't have to roll.
Yeah, I
Big
believe
boy hop.
vertical jumping is half your strength, is it not?
I think it is.
Sick.
So you could totally do so without a roll.
Alright, I'll hop in.
You just whoop on top of the rocks.
I pull out the decorative dagger as I walk forward and kind of look at it and look at the symbols to see if I can match them.
Does a rat see me jump?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna turn around to him and go, you should find bigger boulders.
Okay. You see Zelfer ahead of you with the decorative dagger in hand, walking through essentially this dried line of blood, moving toward a strange pentagonal
I prefer
crest of
pentagonal.
blood. Pentagonal crest of blood in front
It's
of
a star.
a large
gonna-
statue.
I'm gonna stop probably here.
Okay.
Do I see any symbols that I can see that would match or look similar to what's on the dagger?
Make an investigation check.
I can do that, Holden. That is within my realm of capabilities.
I just realized I still don't have a shirt on.
Where did? No, you have a shirt on, don't you? You
I
got a
took it
shirt.
off in the rain.
Oh, where'd
Well, mine's
where'd
always
Percy's
open, so
token
we're
go?
chess brothers, I guess.
Oh, it's right back here.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm still at the mouth of the cave.
Oh,
I just haven't
okay.
moved it yet.
Yep,
Like if
okay.
you
I was
follow
told
my
not to own my own character. Jesus,
Um,
I sound like shit. I'm so
with
sorry.
an 18, you inspect the dagger, and though it's hard to decipher because a lot of this this pentagon has kind of been like etched out, or it looks like maybe somebody attempted to get rid of it or wash it away. Kind of dusting it off, you're able to think some of the symbols on the dagger might be reminiscent of some of the runes kind of surrounding this pentagon.
I'm gonna back up to where my character is.
Mhm.
Does this belong to you?
Are you saying that's a?
The statue.
You hear a low rumbling coming from the cavern behind the statue.
Oh, someone's hungry.
The cave's hungry. Aw.
It hungers for flesh.
In fact, Six, Menon, and Sam
Hungry,
upstairs would
hungry
also
cave.
kind of hear or feel rather this rumbling, this shaking from underground, from underneath you.
Ooh,
I
there's a
would
hungry
immediately go back
quave.
downstairs.
Okay. You were
I'll go
back at the
with my good.
stairs, and Sam would follow. I believe Menon would probably follow you guys as well.
Does this belong to you?
And you hear a low growling voice come from almost, it sounds like it's coming from the statue, maybe behind it, maybe within it. It's hard to say, but you hear a not anymore.
Then I
Very
keep it.
slowly making my way over there.
I walk and I climb back over the rocks.
Percy, you
Good
just
talk,
witnessed
kid.
all of that.
I don't think that Percy would think it any weirder than what he already does.
I look to Percy. It has no owner, therefore it is mine.
I don't have an owner.
And then
I-
as you're walking away from the statue, you do hear it call out to you and say, "So long as it is used to gather blood, I care not what you do with it."
When would I hear that? At what point where my character?
As you're
is?
probably passing by the pool of blood.
Okay, so about here,
Yeah.
I'd stop. What if I don't want to gather blood with it?
Then you do not deserve it.
At this
What
point,
are
I'm
you?
here.
Yeah, at this point, Sam's there like, what the fuck? And 6 as well. 6 would be just as quick.
Mr.
Okay.
Disembodied Voice. Who are you to tell me if I can or cannot have this pretty dagger?
It once belonged to my disciples.
The statue's like, I'm not used to being sassed.
Once it belonged.
Okay,
Means
Mr.
it doesn't belong to
Disembodied.
them anymore.
That's exactly well, Mr. Disembodied Voice. Once refers to past. Presently, it's mine.
Do with it what you will.
I
Your
will.
life matters not to me.
I didn't ask.
Nice.
Good day to you, Mr. Disembodied Voice.
The blood
Good
in the
day,
pool next
sir.
to you begins to boil.
I look at it and go, I said good day, and I'm going to walk over the rocks. I'm going to look at 6. Mr. 6, that voice
Yeah.
has no sense of companionship. And I'm going to start heading back out.
Should we do something about that?
What?
Should we do something about this?
Yeah, let's kick its ass.
It says it has no concern for me.
Wait. I want to try something.
Yes?
Sure, we
I
can do it.
step over the stones they're holding.
Yep.
Can I drop a drop of holy water into the blood pool?
You can.
I would like to a small drop
Okay.
into the blood pool just to see what happens.
The blood pool, as soon as the holy water makes contact with the blood, it stops boiling.
Oh,
And then you
That's good.
hear in the low growling voice again, "You should not have done that."
because it. Why?
And that time the voice echoes throughout the cavern.
Hashtag Hawk is still useful.
Blood.
I'm going to cross back over with 6 and look at the blood. Is it only with whatever's in that vial or any liquid, Mr. Disembodied Voice?
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
Is it any liquid or is it just whatever's in that vial, Mr. Disembodied Voice?
With any liquor? I don't understand what you're asking.
He asks if it's just the fucking shit
Holy
in
water.
my
Does he know-
flask.
He doesn't
That
know if
makes
it's
us
holy
stop.
water or anything, so he wants to know if it's any liquid. And he's asking the voice. if
Oh, I was like, what are you on about? Oh, the voice does not respond to that.
I hawk a loogie into it.
Nothing happens.
Ah, Mr.
I,
6, that test
I
has
do-
proven false.
Should we try the statue?
I don't want to get close to that thing. It wants my dagger.
Please, come closer.
That is normally a bad sign, Mr. 6.
I
Going to agree with you. I don't step closer.
yeah, I'm gonna veto that one.
I fuck the statue.
Mr.
Rude
Disembodied Voice.
Oh, it says out loud to you, "Rude one, you have secrets you would like answers to, do you not?"
Which one of us is the rude one? he looks all around.
None of us. Look at your book of how to tell if you're being rude.
He pulls it out and he starts looking into it. He goes, Mr. Disembodied Voice. Are you there, Mr.
See, he's the rude one for not answering.
Are you there, Mr. Disembodied Voice?
You hear a little rumble from behind the statue again.
Do you
and
have
the
a
ground
name,
shakes.
Mr. Disembodied Voice? Because honestly, saying Mr. Disembodied Voice every time I want to refer to you is quite a hassle.
Are you my daddy?
Jesus.
After asking his name, there's a brief pause, and then... My name matters not. I have many, and I have none.
That's
Well,
a contradiction.
What are you, the
well,
fucking
you can-
Riddler?
Doesn't make sense.
Well, I picked my own voice, Mr. Disembodied Voice. My own name, not voice. I picked my own name. You should do it too. I have a hint. I have some ideas.
Call me what you will.
Tiny
They
Tim.
always do.
That's
Mr.
Mr. Dr. Professor Disembodied Voice to you.
Mr. Tiny Tim. I'm calling you Mr. Tiny Tim. Is that okay?
Call me what you will.
Who is the rude one?
That would be you.
I do have questions.
I think he's been rude.
And I will point out that each time this disembodied voice, Mr. Disembodied Voice, speaks to you,
Tiny Tim.
Tiny
yeah,
Tim.
the statue itself, now that it is speaking more clearly and directly to you, sort of vibrates a little bit, reverberates even.
Oh,
He's got
he's
the
the
shakes.
statue.
Okay, Mr. Tiny
He's
Tim.
shaking. He's nervous. You're making him nervous, Zopher.
I look back. Mr. Sam, do you believe that's true?
He's shaking, visibly.
Hey, Tim back there.
You're scaring him.
Parkinson's.
Tiny Tim's got a bad case of Parkinson's.
Mr. Six, I would like to try something.
Everybody in the party's like, what's a Parkinson's?
What do you want to try, big guy?
I would like to see if I can shrink the statue.
I'd like to see if you could do that too.
Okay?
We can have our own pet Tiny Tim.
I move to about here. I look at the statue. I point my hand at it. And I'm finna cast Reduce.
That chonky boy reduce.
Okay, you cause a
If it
creature
is
an
a
object you can
creature-
see. Okay.
It has to make a saving throw, otherwise it just shrinks
If the
to half
target's
its size.
target is a creature, everything, okay. Reduce the target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
That's when
Okay.
you know it worked.
Can we
Yeah.
start carrying it?
The statue shrinks to half its size in front of you.
Well, how tall is it at this point?
At this point, is as about as tall as about as tall as Zelfer. How tall are you?
I am 6 foot, I believe.
Yeah, it's about 6 feet tall now.
Huh.
6. I think we can push it backwards now if that's what we're planning on doing. It is smaller.
Hey, Percival,
Yes.
want to help me drop kick this thing off the edge?
Let me.
What a
walk it
question.
down first.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's
do
go,
this.
buddy.
Well, as we approach, I try to step not directly in the pentagram there, just to be safe, I guess. And I'll pour some holy water on top of the statue.
The pentagram is completely enveloping that area. In order to get to the statue, you would have to pass through it in some way.
I wish we had a guy that could summon a horse.
Yeah,
You
gotta
only
get
have
him
a-
on board.
You only have a minute before it stops being small.
All right, let's go fucking drop kick it real fast. Let's go.
I pour a little holy water on the pentagram. Anything seem to happen there?
Nothing.
I kind of break it with my foot.
It remains. You kick some dust
Okay.
away, but the pentagram remains.
Okay.
All right, am I drop kicking this thing on my own then?
Percival's
let's
gonna
do it.
ask the void if there's any way to kick him. Hey, Void.
Does not
Is there
respond.
any way to kick you? Probably with my feet, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes more sense to me.
Okay, wait here. I'll take my empty bottle. I'll pour some of the holy water into that bottle, and then I will throw that bottle at the statue.
Okay. You throw the bottle at the statue, and it kind of clanks off and falls to the ground at its feet. Some of the water
break.
does. Well, I'm sorry. You filled what? Which
Just
container?
my little glass bottle.
A glass bottle. Okay, it does shatter.
Yeah.
It's spreading holy
Okay,
water
sorry.
on the statue, which then does sort of evaporate off of the as if steam. It immediately evaporates off of the statue with a hiss.
All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna try and drop kick it.
Roll strength.
Just unskilled.
Sure.
Hiya!
Okay. You
Hey.
run forward through the pentagram, and you get some good speed. You get a good contact with the statue, and there's a loud clang as your feet connect with it, and you fall to the ground and look up to see that the statue has not moved at all.
Damn, it's a big bitch. I'm gonna move back before it grows in size again.
It's a
Is
big bitch.
Is it still attached to the ground?
Yes.
Like when it shrunk, did it? What happened to the earth around it? Did it like break?
The
Try to suplex the
no,
statue.
there is some disturbed dust. Like you can see a large imprint in the ground from where the statue once was. But there's nothing.
How tall is the ceiling of this cave?
Where you currently are? Maybe 15 feet, 20 feet.
So if it's 6 feet now, that makes it about 12 feet normal.
Roughly.
Can anyone control stone here?
I ask him to double its size next.
I can do that, but I only have the ability to do either reduce its size or grow its size once more.
No. Make it its normal size, and then make it grow.
I cancel my concentration.
Okay. And the
So
statue
returns to-
immediately returns to its normal size.
I go, is this what we're doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna step back. Yeah, go for it.
Mr. Six? Mr. Percy?
Have fun.
Just have fun.
Mr. Percy?
Percy would be like,
Shit.
sure.
Can I
Let's see if
increase
it's.
its weight
Let's see if
by-
it ends up too big
Heck,
for
that's
it.
why the fuck not, right?
Here we go, and I cast Enlarge.
Okay, let me see. This target size doubles in all dimensions. Oh god. Okay.
And its weight is multiplied by 8. I hope it breaks the ground.
It's,
Okay.
break that ground.
So it doubles in size, and you watch as its hand reaches toward you, and the statue climbs toward the ceiling, and you can hear it actually hit the roof of the cavern, and
It's a big bitch.
you see debris and rock and dust kind of fall from where its head is now just tunneling through the cavern, and the ground behind it, you hear it crack and crumble, and the statue it begins to the ground beneath it begins to fall. And it just goes, we're fucked. The ground beneath it breaks, and the ground falls from underneath the statue. And the
yeah,
pentagram is actually broken up now. I'm actually gonna make a mark where the ground finally stops breaking.
Statue boy gone.
So the
Oh, no,
The
it
ground
looks like you're
goes
growing,
about
not a
there.
shower.
but the statue
Grower,
remains
not a shower.
hovering in place.
Hovering.
Hovering. There's no logical way other than magic that this thing should be where it is right now.
Hey, that's cheating.
Mr. Sam, would you like to go grab Mr. Malcolm, please?
Hey, Six, you're fast. Can you
Yeah, I'll do
grab
it.
Malcolm?
No problem.
Okay. 6, you start running
Can't
back.
curse you on a good grab, Malcolm.
You start running back, and about halfway back, you see Malcolm already walking toward you guys, probably alarmed by the rumbling sound and the sound of, the cave collapsing. Malcolm and Gerd were already on their way, and so 6, you bring them back, and they walk up to this situation with you.
It's floating, Mr. Malcolm.
Hey, this thing's cheating.
So Malcolm kind of peers over the rocks and the boulders and sees the statue hovering in place, and his eyes widen, and he goes, "Well, that's odd. What did you do?"
I made it bigger. As
You sure did.
I go, what? And I release the concentration so it goes back to normal size.
Okay.
Yeah, what happens now?
The
no, I
statue
guess we just
returns to
leave.
its normal
it just
size?
Sits there.
Is it, does it continue to hover?
It does. Yeah.
Well,
Hey, Mr. Magic Man, can you make it stop flying?
I
It's
don't-
cheating. He's cheating. Make it stop flying.
that
I tried to drop kick it, didn't do
for the
anything.
first time you see Malcolm actually looks kind of scared. He says, "I have no idea what to do about this. This makes no sense." And he kind of starts. He looks to his body of armor next to him. He says, "Gerd, a hand." And Gerd says, "Guess what? Guess what Gerd says?"
Grr.
Gerd. And Gerd kind of puts his hands together via his palms and gives Malcolm a boost over the rocks. And Malcolm climbs over and starts walking toward the statue. And he follows the trail of blood.
Oh, Magic Boy.
He stops just before the other half of the pentagram. Sam, you follow him?
Yeah.
And Malcolm looks to you and says, "I'm going to investigate it closer. You may not want to be here for this."
All right, but if that thing grabs you and throws you off the ledge,
I get no, Brack. I get Gerd.
sure, he can have Gerd. That's the deal, right? All right.
I would like to experiment on Gerd.
Malcolm steps forward, stepping onto the pentagram, or the
I'm
broken
watching.
half of the pentagram. He steps to the edge of the new cliff here,
I like
leading
this
into
heartbeat.
endless void. And he reaches out, and he touches the hand of the statue with his own hand. And you hear that voice again. "You are not worthy." And Malcolm is
Ooh,
sent back.
worthy.
Here. 11. Malcolm is pushed back with a force that looks like the sound barrier being broken. He is launched back and slams into the wall here.
what does that look like
taking
exactly?
11 points. What does what look like?
Hey,
The
buddy.
sound barrier breaking.
Um,
Sure,
Being
that's a visual
broken.
phenomenon.
Being broken.
Buddy.
I rushed-
Are you okay?
I rush past him
Yeah.
and go up to it. I look at it and go,
And Malcolm is now lying on the ground, kind of coughing.
and I touch the hand.
I help him get up.
You touch the hand.
I touch the hand.
Okay, Sam, you help Malcolm get up. He kind of brushes himself off, and then you guys look over to Zelfer, who has approached the statue, is now reaching out and touching the statue's floating hand. And again, you hear the low voice. "Now this one I like." And Zelfer,
I'm afraid of.
I need to take you to Secret Secrets.
I'm going to Secret Secrets, guys.
Me too.
Okay, so as you touch the hand, you don't hear him say, "This one I like." As you touch the hand, your vision goes black. You hear nothing. You see nothing. And then a light ahead of you. Do you move toward the light, or do you stay still?
I look around.
Blackness all around you, just a dim light up ahead.
Mr. Tiny Tim, and I'm going to start walking towards the light. Mr.
Okay.
Tiny Tim, are you here?
You hear nothing. But as you move
Oh.
closer and closer to the light, you begin to hear faintly somebody speaking, maybe? Or screaming? It's a voice. I have to ask, what probably was the most common language in your clan. I don't know if you would you call it a clan?
I call it a clan. It'd probably be Sylvan.
Sylvan? Okay. And as you get closer to the light, you hear somebody speaking in Sylvan, and then somebody yelling something out in Sylvan. It's hard to make out what they're saying.
Hello? Switching to Sylvan. Hello? Kind of heading towards it.
You move closer and closer to the light, and eventually, as you walk closer, it gets brighter and brighter, and the voices become more clear. You hear somebody saying in Sylvan, "This one will be good. This one might make a difference." And then, as you're getting closer to the light, and you just, close enough that you can actually hear these voices clearly, it becomes so bright that it's kind of overwhelming, and you have to shield your eyes, and then you're back in front of the statue again.
Oh yeah, dude.
Kind of looking around.
Really?
That was odd.
You okay, buddy?
Completely ignoring statue, man. Tiny Tim, are you there?
As I said, you have questions that I can answer.
I would like answers to the questions that I have that you can answer.
Information comes at a cost.
All right, Zophyr, we don't make deals with floating statues, bud.
I have approximately 22 gold pieces.
Hey, Zophyr, I don't think he wants gold.
No.
Step away from the white van, Sulfur.
Zelfer, you hear the voice again say, "I do not deal in gold. I deal in blood and allegiance."
See? Hey, Zelfer, pull out your book, How to Be Rude. He's being rude.
For
Mr.
blood
Sam.
and allegiance, I will give you answers to questions nobody else can give.
Mr. Sam, he does bring up a good point.
Yeah, but he's also being very rude.
How?
Because he's asking for blood. And when you ask someone for blood, that's rude.
That was very commonplace from where
Go
I'm
ahead and write that in your book. How to be rude.
asking for blood is...
At this point, Sam, you feel a hand on your shoulder as Malcolm has walked up again, and he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and pushes past you and walks toward the statue, pointing his finger at it. He goes, "Now, what do you mean I am not worthy? How dare you?" And then again, with the same force, he is thrown back against the wall and lands this time unconscious.
Oh.
Yep. Can I touch the statue? I want to touch the statue. Everyone's touching the statue.
That's all fuck this.
Does he have anything worth money on him? That I should
Alright,
take?
Yeah, I
Does
was just
Malcolm?
about to
Are you
say,
about to
can I
loot
look
Malcolm?
I mean, he's gotta have some magical bullshit
seeing
on him.
Malcolm-
He has it coming. You
Seeing
know
Malcolm
he has it.
being knocked unconscious, Gerd just pushes one of the large boulders out of the way.
Oh.
And yeah, I probably should warn you. Gerd pushes one of the boulders out of the way and stands over Malcolm's unconscious body.
Okay, never mind. Just asking.
Okay, Sam, you're also touching the statue's hand.
Yeah, I'm shaking its hand.
Okay, you walk forward and reach out,
I'm Mr. Statue. I'm Samuel Dyer.
and I'm gonna take you to Secrets.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. Okay, the moment you touch its hand, all of a sudden everything is
I
black.
turn into Limp Biscuit.
Yes, everything is black. You see nothing, you hear nothing, but there is a dim light up ahead of you.
Alright, I'll bite. I walk towards the light.
Okay, you walk toward the light, and as you walk closer and closer, it becomes brighter and brighter, and you start to hear something, a low drone. It's hard to tell, so you move closer. And
Hey, Statue Man, that noise is annoying. Is that a bee? Are there bees in here? What is going on?
and
What is
as,
this?
as you're yelling this and moving forward, the light is getting brighter and brighter. Now as if a torchlight
puts
directly in
bees in
front of
their
your
void?
face. And as you're getting closer, the sound becomes more clear. The low drone has become the collective screams and battle cries of voices familiar to you.
What are these noises? Are we at war? Is this war? Or are there still bees in here? Someone put bees in their void.
As a bee flies by you. No. No.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck?
You walk toward the light further, and these battle cries become distinct voices you remember. And as you get close enough to the light that it's actually blinding and you have to cover your eyes with, otherwise you're going to start hurting yourself, you hear your brother's voice call out, "Sam! Behind you!" And then
Not
you're back in
again.
front of the statue.
What the fuck? Not again!
And what as he touches the statue's hand, this time you guys hear from the voice, "Interesting." And then Sam, you come back.
This fucking weirdo's got bees in his void.
You got bees?
Yeah,
Is
there's
it
bees
what?
in the void.
Wish I had bees in the
Does
void.
anyone have a long rope? I'd like to go see if there are bees down there.
What?
He said there's bees down there, pointing
Yeah,
to the hole.
What? No, not in there.
That's
I wasn't in there. I was standing right here.
Menon, are you doing that?
Yes.
Okay. While you guys
Why
are
would
talking
you
about
do that?
bees, Menon starts. She probably moves through the opening in the boulders made by Gerd, and she walks up to you guys. Yeah.
I
Fucking
thought that was me.
bees.
Not even a little one, just like a big sloppy, like a big dog, just bleh.
Okay.
Literally
Oh,
just
there.
suck
all
my-
of.
Well, they are kind of in the way right now of the hand. Zelfer and Sam are kind of standing in front of it.
Oh, as I see, I will walk away.
And
From
push.
I'll back off from Menon.
Yeah.
Here you go, Miss Menon. You can touch the hand.
Bleh.
I look directly at Six. Mr. Six, is that how people greet each other around here?
No.
Uncommonly.
I'm disturbed.
Bleh.
I mean, it's not the first time I've seen him say that much.
Okay.
Did that rat's potion have any extra effect on you?
I just had to check something quick. Menon, as you lick the hand, I'm taking you to Secret Secrets.
Yay!
Well,
Fuck you. Okay. You walk forward and you kind of like reach out and kind of, because it's a floating statue over this cliff. And so you kind of reach out and you give it a big old bleh across the hand. And suddenly everything is black. Nobody's around you. You are by yourself in a dark, empty, utterly silent void. All there is a dim light up ahead of you.
I'm gonna start walking towards it.
Okay. As you start walking towards it, you hear it becomes brighter, and you hear perhaps a voice or somebody speaking, maybe? It's hard to tell, maybe a woman's voice. You continue forward.
Mm-hmm.
You walk closer and closer to the light. It becomes brighter and brighter. And once you get close enough that the light starts to become blinding, and you have to kind of shield your eyes a little bit, not knowing where else to go. You're able to hear what's the oldest language your character Menon knows? Did she learn Common growing up, or what was her first language?
Let's see. She has Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Which was her
Let's
first?
see. Her first was Elvish.
Elvish. Okay, then in Elvish, you hear a woman's voice humming or singing some elven lullaby, and you could be wrong, but you feel as though, looking into the light intently, you see a baby and looks like you, and then you're back in front of the statue.
there will
And
be more
this
people
time-
after that.
When Menon walks up
No.
and licks the hand, there's a low rumble again, and the statue. I like this lot, and then Menon, you're suddenly back.
Menon stumbles back, looking a lot less cheery than before, with tears in her eyes, looking confused.
Mr. Tiny Tim,
What happened, Menon?
Nothing. I'm fine.
Mr. Tiny Tim,
I believe that is me.
what cost? What is it?
for answers.
Correct.
Blood or allegiance.
How much blood? Whose blood? Do you want it in vials? Do you want it in test tubes? You're being very vague.
Firstly, in order to receive any further answers, you must clean the blood pool of that filth that was dripped in there. Second, any blood will do.
How much?
As much as you can give.
Are you talking about death or blood?
Blood into the pool gives me strength.
I'm
And
sorry.
with that strength, I can give you answers.
I'm back.
How do I-
What can you give us
welcome.
for allegiance?
How do I
What
know
is it
you're
that we get for that?
not lying?
Okay, so Sam
Start with,
interrupted.
go Sam first.
Sam
Go-
first.
Go with Sam.
To answer
Go
your
Sam.
question, old one.
Hey, who the fuck you calling old? What the fuck? Relax with that.
He says, allegiance. With that, I can give you strength to bring me more blood.
Tempting offer, but how does that help me?
Will strength not help you in your own endeavors?
Well, depends. What kind of strength are you talking about? Some special fucking demonoid powers? Like what?
Call them what you will. And then
Is it gonna help me
Zelpher-
protect my people?
Of course. And then Zelpher, you asked.
I would just start to ask something, and he'd go, "Okay," and he's gonna walk over to the blood pool and look in it.
Okay.
He's just sitting there looking into it. What do I see?
You
So
see
you make a tempting offer,
blood
floating
and
statue
a
man.
blood-stained marble, and yeah, that's it. It's just a pool. It's a pool of shallow blood. Quite deep, actually. Looking in, it looks. You don't know how
It's
this got
shallow,
here or
but
who made
deep.
it. Well, no. The pool of blood is shallow, as there's not a lot of blood, but the actual, marble container itself is like 8 by 8 feet. It is a large pool. It is maybe 6 feet deep.
Do I remember where 6 was when he dumped the stuff in there?
Where 6 was? I mean,
Yeah.
right by it. I mean, he had to.
No, where exactly he dumped the stuff.
Oh no. I mean, he put a drop of it into the blood.
I will pull out the blanket from my backpack and start cleaning in there.
Okay, while Zelpher starts cleaning out this pool of blood, Sam approaches Six and you're asking him if you guys can go to the castle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on,
later-
I just now got the
later this
notification that you're
evening.
alive. So.
Epic.
Later this evening, we need to finish up whatever the hell we're doing here first.
Okay.
So, what's going on? I haven't touched the statue. Is this something I should be doing? What's up, guys? Talk.
Six is asking a question.
I'm very focused on what I'm doing.
Okay.
Menon just sits crisscross on the ground.
I'm sorry,
in
can you
silence.
repeat? I had to
Did you-
adjust your volume.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
You haven't touched the statue, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out if it's something we should all do. Like, some of us seem afraid after we touch it. Some seem empowered.
Percival would ask you if you want to.
I don't know. I don't
Well-
think so.
Well, I've accepted my mortality, so I really don't have anything to fear anymore.
All right.
I suppose me
I read
neither. I was already dead.
Hmm.
So
And Sam,
Uh,
do you ask that question of the statue?
yes.
So you ask it if it could also tell you who resurrected you or who killed you, to which the statue then replies, I can tell you many things, But the greater the question, the greater the cost in blood.
Very well. If your allegiance will give me strength to protect my people, why not?
Who are you, voice?
I pledge allegiance to the statue of the United States of Direwood.
Are you actually kneeling down to pledge allegiance?
Yep.
Welcome
So
to D&D,
answer
where no one does any good things.
Okay.
Where every choice is a bad one.
So everybody should hope that they have their third character made.
Sam,
I have like 6 backups.
you kneel down before the statue, and you pledge your allegiance. And that
To
same
the
rumble,
statue of the United States of Direwood.
right? That same rumble that you kind of felt or heard behind the statue this entire time, you now feel within yourself. It is as if your heart itself is trembling. And then suddenly,
Hey, that's probably not good. That's like
probably a
health
heart
issues.
murmur.
suddenly,
Can you stop doing that?
suddenly, you feel different. You don't know how, but you feel a different kind of magic coursing throughout your body.
Ooh, it's making me all warm and tingly inside. Literally with the tingly part.
Would Percival perceive any visible like change for the better or worse?
What skill would you like to be using?
I would assume it was just perception.
Just perception? Go ahead and roll for me.
Perception test.
Now I feel like I could have done more.
You could have.
Wow, yeah, fuck me, I guess.
Bless you.
Okay. With a 7, he seems kind of shaken by what just happened. You actually visibly saw him kind of vibrate a little bit, but as far as how he's changed, it's hard to say. If he's
So I
changed.
saw him physically vibrate.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, then with an action, my sword is pointed at the back of his neck. My demonic one.
Okay. So it is.
What?
Basically, Sam's kneeling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Percival's right behind him with the black blade to his neck.
Mm-hmm.
Not to his neck, to the pointed at the back of it.
I
After
see.
seeing he'd like absorbed a demon or some shit.
And seeing this, Sam, what? Who's don't
Playing card appears.
stop, stop. Sam, the voice says to you, "Your first blood challenge, it seems."
Yeah, I don't know if you want to do this, homie. This guy seems hangry.
That was Nick.
I turn around and draw my own weapon.
Mm.
Like I'm gonna ask that we don't do this, bud.
Blood for answers, Samael.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah, I know blood
Skull
for the
for
blood
Skull
god,
Throne!
but I'm kind of like I don't want to give him your blood.
Percival's gonna ask him if he's under possession.
I mean, no. I feel like myself. I
Can
got
I
some
roll
crazy
insight on
dude
that?
talking in my fucking head.
Okay, Percy, real talk. Would a possessed person actually say
You can roll
they're
insight,
possessed?
and I didn't lie.
Roll
No.
what?
No point for insight then.
Yeah,
What are you talking?
You
not
fucker.
even lying.
Oh, I accidentally closed my fucking page. Hold on.
His blood is strong, my new champion. He would bring you many answers in his death.
Stop it! I'm getting a boner.
Yeah, he probably would, but at the same time, I think we're related. So, I don't want to. I don't
kill my great grandpa. Come on, dude.
grandchild.
After he says no, and I realize he's not lying, I would put the sword away.
All right, cool.
And at this
Now
point,
put mine
Malcolm
away.
kind of comes to, and you hear him kind of going, "Oh." He's like grabbing his head.
Malcolm, be lucky you've got a stone giant there, or else I would have absorbed your coin.
Welcome back to the land of the living, bucko.
Oh, all right, Mr. Statue Guy. I'll get you blood. It won't be the blood for many of my friends, but I'll get you some blood.
Is the
Blood
pool
is
clean yet?
blood. It's over by now. You
Well,
clean. Yeah, there's still like kind of stains. You know, it's still stained red here and there, but to the best of your ability, you've cleaned it out. You've
Alright.
kind of pulled the blood inside it out and splashed it on the ground outside just to clean it out. But you've done an okay job.
Percival comes up with a cup. Ooh, for punch.
He looks around. Is anyone looking at me directly?
I am.
Are you?
No, I'm not.
Six.
No,
I mean,
I don't think so.
Six.
I mean, I'm just looking around at everyone. I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
Sixes has been in the back of the situation, watching everyone this whole time. He's kind of crossed his arms. He's like, huh, interesting. So he would probably, if you want to do something stealthily without him noticing, you'd have to make a stealth check.
I just want to make sure no one's attention is solely on me.
His attention does not seem to be solely on you.
I pull out the decorated blood and cross my own hand and start dripping into the pool.
The decorated blade?
Yep.
Okay.
Right across my own hand, I start bleeding into the pool.
Okay, you are now bleeding into
This
the
is
pool.
why we don't leave children unsupervised.
Roll me. How long are you gonna let yourself bleed into it?
I will take up to because I've been hurt a lot, in my past. I know how it feels to be cut.
Like you've got
pieces.
baggage.
I'm gonna go see Malcolm.
So I was I'm gonna probably limit it to maybe to the point where I know I wouldn't pass out because I know what my limit is.
Okay, let's say.
Cut my life into pieces.
Let's say
My God, retard!
you're gonna immediately take 2 points of damage, but we'll take that off further. So you start bleeding into it fairly quickly, and the dagger, you notice as you strike yourself with it, begins to very faintly glow.
I'm just bleeding into the pool.
There's this very small steady stream of blood leaving your hand into the pool. Sam, you approach Malcolm and he's kind of groaning. Oh, not worthy.
All right, wake up.
Yeah. And he's kind of rubbing his head, and he says, "Gerd." And Gerd, guess what he says? Gerd. He kind of kneels down onto
one day
knee.
he's not gonna say Gerd.
Yeah, one
It's
day.
gonna freak us all the fuck out.
He says, "Gerd," and he leans down. He kneels on one knee, picks up Malcolm, and begins carrying him away.
Pulls out a ring.
All right, I guess you're better. Okay, bye.
Not really. And they begin walking out. And at this point, as you're watching Gerd carry Malcolm out, Six and Sam, you both notice Zelfer bleeding into the pool.
Zelfer.
Yeah.
Damn it, man, put it back.
I go, all right, Zelfer.
Yes.
No more playing with this. Let's patch your hand up. We got shit to do.
You come closer to me and stop me. We will have issues.
Take another 2 points of damage.
Gotcha.
All right, I'm gonna stop him.
Okay.
Are you coming closer to me?
Your sword now does 18d4.
Yeah, my weapon is now drawn.
We are.
6.
I hold up my other hand. I put the decorated dagger away and go. I know what I'm doing. I will stop it before it kills me. Trust me.
No, I'd rather you stop it now so we can leave.
1 second.
I go, all right, I'm counting. 1.
Take
So-
2 more
1
points of
second, it's
damage.
been 1 second.
Zelfer, 2 more
I
points.
take 2 more.
Yep.
Do I notice anything changing?
The pool is filling. I mean, not very much. The blood you can offer by doing this is gonna barely, scratch the surface of filling it, but you're putting blood in it.
Then I take a little bit of my cloth, my clothes, and wrap it around my hand.
Okay.
I'm done.
Good. You should probably what's the word for it? Fucking burn that wound, seal it,
Cauterize?
cauterize. Yeah.
Cauterize.
Yeah, you should probably
No.
cauterize that.
I'll be fine.
Cauterize.
All right. Can we go now?
I'd like to rest. I'm not doing too hot.
Yeah, I can tell. All right, come on. I'll help you walk back.
Before you leave, the voice calls out to you. Blood for answers, yes.
I gave you blood.
Sure, dude.
Approach.
I
Oh,
turn. I walk back to the statue.
I will help him walk back to the statue because I don't think he's doing too
Okay.
hot.
On a scale of 1 to 37, I'd be about a 10.
Yeah, he's not doing too hot.
Okay, you approach.
I wonder why you chose that.
You you approach the statue, and as you get close to it, the statue says, "You have not pledged your allegiance, so I must have you touch the statue."
The statue.
Yeah,
Touch
I,
it.
Touch the butt.
I give it a good old high five.
With your cut hand, or
Yeah.
it stings like a bitch. And I'm gonna take you to Secret Secrets.
Bye, guys. Love
And
you.
he takes one more point of
Bye,
damage.
I'll miss you.
Okay. So as you give it a high five and your hand fucking stings, in your head, in your own head, you hear, "Blood for answers. I will give you but a name for the meager amounts you have given. Zulad."
How the fuck do I spell that?
Zulad. Zulad.
Z-U-L-A.
Mhm. Zulad is one answer you seek.
Fair enough. I have another question that has nothing to do with me, but more what we're doing here.
Questions require sacrifice for answers.
It's about how to sacrifice. Does it have to be in the pool, or can it just be with the dagger?
It matters not where you kill, so long as the blood enters the pool fresh.
That is the answer then. Cheers.
Okay. Okay.
I believe it is bedtime, Mr. Sam.
Yep. All right. Let me get you somewhere not here.
Can I not screen share?
You're not allowed. No.
Can I be allowed for a meme?
What do you mean screen share? What are you trying to do?
Like, share my screen, dumb fuck.
You'd have to be in a call to do that. You can't do that in.
Okay. Well, then I'll just snap a picture of it and send it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fucking help. Fucking dagger dude, get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So you are
so
assisting
you're
him out of the cavern.
As he goes to start to assist me, I'm gonna look at him and go, I don't need this.
Well, I think you do, Mister.
And cast expedient receipt and go fucking fast and run the fuck out of there.
Okay, he fucking zooms out of there.
just to prove my point. I don't need this.
Duly noted. Next time he's dying, he doesn't need it.
All right, what's the rest of
Remember
the party
that.
doing?
I'm gonna go talk to Six. Tell him that we'll go take a rest, I guess, before
Okay.
we leave.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
as you
then
guys
my
are,
thing.
you did a thing.
It's coming.
Okay. As you guys are kind of walking back, are you walking up the stairs? Are you gonna just walk to the room where you're drinking with the Rat King?
Probably sleeping in the room.
Should we take a stab at what's gonna happen?
Someone's gonna get stabbed.
Isaac, what did you?
No.
What the hell is
Look at
this?
Look at the picture I sent.
Gird,
It's,
gird,
what
gird,
Gerd's
gird,
gonna
gird,
do
gird.
Where did you send it?
Discord. It's a visual representation of the randomizing makes Gerd say the next thing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll it. Here you go.
My God.
It's Gerd.
It's good. So okay, I'm sorry. Are you guys staying in the basement?
I am sleeping in the basement. I'm gonna circle where I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah, you ready? You're gonna circle.
Or you can just put your token there.
I'm gonna circle it. Right
Ah, okay, thank you.
there.
Okay,
I had Taco Bell today. Holden, I thought of you.
that's lovely. I would also like Taco Bell. So yeah, you guys can move your tokens to the other basement area. Zelfer, Sam, as you guys walk in, you notice the Rat King just slumped over on the floor, passed the fuck out. It looks like he literally just fell off the stool and passed out.
Drunken rat.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Like
glanced.
last time I got shit faced.
I glanced to my bag, and I glance at him, and then I look at Six, and then I go to bed.
Okay, it is a little
Now-
early, but yeah,
I'm fucking tired.
that's fine. Yeah.
physically.
Yeah, I'm tired. I heard bees all night. I don't.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sleep off the noise of the bees.
Is there anything anybody else wanted to do before you guys go ahead and take a long rest? Okay.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. So you guys walk back. You see the Rat King slumped over. Looks like he just fell out of the stool. And
Wait,
you all just...
can I? Are there any blankets anywhere?
Not in the
Or
room
like
that
anything
you can see.
even? You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take my cloak off and wrap it around the unconscious Rat King and then go to bed.
Okay.
What's the temperature like outside? livable?
In Direwood?
No, here.
I mean, it's a little
80
chilly,
degrees out in here.
given how little sunlight Direwood gets. It's a bit colder than,
Your average
than
bear.
your average bear, but it's
Like numeric value here. What do we?
I mean, I could give you an.
Celsius,
I got
Fahrenheit.
a threshold in my head.
It has to be in Kelvin.
Oh, okay. If you know, I can give you a range. On average, it's probably between 50 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit.
Would you say this is on the upper end of a hotter night or a colder night?
This is probably. You know what? Go ahead and roll me a d12.
I sure as hell will. Can I roll a d15 and then you can add that to whatever?
What?
Because the range is 15. You said like 50 to 65. So if I roll a d15,
You're
add
rolling
You
a
know what?
d12 to check the weather.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, whatever. Fuck you. Oh look, it's pouring.
It's like 60 degrees.
It's like 60.
60. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm going outside and I'm taking a sleep.
Okay, you're going outside. You sleep outside.
Bare chested, mind you.
Right. Okay.
Menon's soaking.
Menon
It'll
is
be
just
chilly
in
the
a pool
morning.
of her own self. Yeah.
My nipples are as hard as they need to be.
Your nipples
Yeah,
are just the right amount of hard.
And
I set my armor and my weapon away.
Okay.
I have changed the name of the blanket in my inventory to Bloody Blanket.
Great. Thank you for doing that.
It's pretty
You're
cool how
welcome.
you can do that.
I mean, I covered it in blood.
So you guys lay down for the night in your own areas. The night passes by relatively uneventfully, and you can all wake up the next day. You can all take your long rests, spell slots, and health and all.
Yeah.
Yeet, yeet.
You all went to bed quite early, so you're all
Well,
gonna wake up
Oh,
quite
Mike,
early.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
I tell Sam. Or,
Yeah, tell yourself.
I tell myself. No, I tell Six. I ask him if he's ready to go. And
When everybody
Percy.
else is.
Oh, Percy's outside. So I'm
Oh.
gonna ask. I'm gonna ask Six, and I'm gonna go find Percy.
Hell yeah, I'm slumped.
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is the first night in 15 years I'm sleeping under the stars. Epic.
It is rather cloudy, but you're
Aw,
still able to catch a few stars here and there, and
That's good enough for me.
it's more
The
than
air
you've
is
seen
way
in 15
cleaner out
years.
It's more, yeah, more than you got.
The air is way cleaner out here than in Direwood, right?
Yeah, outside of the city, it's not too bad.
Well,
You
after
can-
15 years in Direwood, I think this air would be like,
Oh yeah,
Fucking
you'd
pure
be
oxygen.
you'd be sleeping on a cloud, dude.
dude, fuck yeah, dude.
You had a great rest, yeah.
I'm conked.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got me straight slumped.
The Rat King, when you all wake up, is still just out cold, with Menon's cloak around him.
Aw, baby boy.
I'm gonna shout back to Six before I head upstairs.
What?
Please gather everyone.
Oh,
Why do these
yeah,
stairs look like they go down?
Shh.
you know.
You shut your mouth.
It's an optical illusion. You're just a dumb gamer.
Yeah, you're just a small brain gamer.
It's a portal. We go downstairs to go upstairs.
You shut your whore mouth.
Bless you.
This looks like some Malcolm magic.
Fucking dimensional door actually just brings you
Yeah.
outside like a regular door, but it's a dimensional door.
Okay, are you all gonna head up then? Menon, I assume you grab your
Yeah.
cloak from the Rat King.
I'm already up, waking up Percy.
To ash and dust.
Yeah, dude.
I
Sweat my
miss her
brow.
ass. And I
After
slap
ass
my
and I
nuts.
slap my nuts.
Whoa.
Okay,
I've never heard that.
I'll place your token. So,
Breathing.
Hey,
Percy,
the
you're
building's
sleeping
on fire.
outside.
Ah!
Hey, the building's on fire.
Sam was up first, and then we have Menon and Zelfer and Six. Okay,
Hey, the building's on fire.
there's a hole
I would
singed
have
in it.
slept on the roof.
Okay, you are on the roof, my dude.
I go
Oh.
outside and I shout up to Percy. Hey, are you ready to leave yet?
I
Hello.
was gonna say, you gotta say something there.
Hello.
What do you shout? Ah!
I shout.
Yeah, no, I just shout. Ah! Percy just. Ah! Hello. Are you awake?
Yeah.
Getting ready to head
I
to the
am now,
castle.
fuckhead.
Good. We're getting ready to head to the castle. Gather your belongings.
What belongings?
I don't fucking know. Anything that you might have in your fucking prison pocket.
I've never heard an asshole called a prison pocket before. Holy fuck, that's good.
I'm gonna go back inside. See if everyone else is ready.
As you get to me, I'm going through my spell book and kind of moving, like writing things and changing things around, just sitting on the ground,
Excuse me.
muttering to himself. Just gotta make sure these are right.
Alright,
That's right.
Zelfer, do whatever you need to prepare.
I think I am gonna hopefully use a new spell today.
No.
Sure.
Well, that's
It's
nice.
gonna cause a lot of damage.
To whom?
Whoever it hits.
Hey,
Puts it
Fair.
away.
Fair point.
Hey, Sulfur.
Yes, Miss Menon.
Do you happen to have a spare piece of paper and something to write with?
I mean, always.
May I borrow real quick?
She's writing a suicide note.
Of course. I hand her one piece of parchment. And then, as I am the way I am, I'm going to hand her my ink pen and ink, but I'm going to sit really close to make sure I get those things back. Just-
Holy
and,
fuck, that was the
and
first
then
thing
just
I've had all
sitting and staring at you just to make sure I get my ink pen and ink bottle back.
Alright. I'm gonna draw what I saw when I licked the statue, at least to the best of my ability.
Okay.
A dog.
Make a performance check for me.
Already on it.
I would let the Hulk titty fuck my dick.
Okay.
Damn.
Being well versed in the arts in general, you're able to create a pretty decent recreation of what you saw. You only got a brief glimpse of it, but you're able to draw basically what looks like your infant self in the arms of
Angel far away.
in the arms of some woman. You don't remember the facial features as much. You just remember the long hair kind of draping over her face and almost touching yours. It's a cute little scene.
Thank you. I'll hand him back the pen and the not the paper, the ink.
He puts it back in his little backpack.
And then once the ink dries, I would roll it up and gently put it back in my pack.
Do I notice which rats have been cooking more than the others? Or
Have
anything
been
like that?
cooking?
Cooking. Or doing anything closer with the Rat King than the others?
There were, when you arrived yesterday, there were rats that were interacting with the Rat King's area, like where he was creating potions.
Are they any of them up here?
Would Zelfer be able to tell the difference?
Nah, probably not.
Yeah.
He's gonna walk over to the one he would be able to tell the difference, which is the one he made piss itself. Is the one still standing guard?
Yeah.
Hey, you.
What want? You want fight?
I'm gonna open my backpack and pull out the fucking large 9-pound bone. Hey,
What do you want?
you see this? It's yours. I hold it out to him.
And he hesitantly takes it?
You're confusing the fuck out of these rats.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Peace offering?
And he starts gnawing on the bone.
Aww.
He looks towards Six and puts both thumbs up with a very, really confused look on his face.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, the rat's on all four. He, like, you put your hand on his shoulder and you go, peace offering? And he kind of, he almost, cringes back at your hand being on his shoulder. He takes the bone and then just, drops to all four and starts gnawing the fuck out of this bone.
I thumbs up
Me
that.
too.
I'm removing the 9-pound bone from my inventory. Thank God.
Percy, to answer your question, you whispered, yes, but without the feet, that would be difficult.
Okay, cool.
What? What?
I whispered him.
People are approaching each other. This is as you summon me. Okay, so what are you guys doing?
I am going.
Everyone's approaching each other. You're all just like in a huddle. You're all in a huddle, kind of in the center of the room. You're doing like a Mexican standoff, sort of like circling the room of each other, like with each other. Wah wah wah. Yeah. Percival says out loud, "Summon Sam's armor."
Well, I summoned him to summon Sam's armor.
I don't think it works like that. This doesn't work the way that I think you want it to.
It's like when you're a little kid and you're like playing like make believe and you're like, oh, I hit you with a magic spell. Oh yeah, well I have anti-magic magic. Oh yeah, well I have anti-magic like.
Oh, no.
You mean anti-magic magic?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Everything's
yeah.
flashing.
Anti-magic nullification
Well,
magic.
I make myself into a giant. Oh yeah, well I have a sword that kills giants. Oh yeah, well I have a shield that stops swords that kill giants. Like that's what's happening
Yeah,
right here.
I'm expecting one to just go, well, yeah, well, fuck you.
All this time they're talking about summoning my shit, and my armor just stayed on me. Nothing happened. My sword's not here.
45-foot long dick.
I go, well,
okay,
that's
let's
not
get back on
natural.
track.
I
Let's
wish
get back
you
on
luck.
track, please. What are you guys doing? What's happening?
Staring
I'm
at
ready
the
to go.
rat.
I have
Okay,
to roll it up like a fucking fruit roll.
I'm looking at the map to find the best way to the castle.
6, you're sharing the map with him.
Yes.
Okay, Zelfer, you're staring at the rat who is just going to fucking town on this bone.
Whoa.
Rat's like, fuck yeah, god damn.
He really is like, ah.
More.
Going to town
Okay.
on that bone. All right.
So
He's
you
gonna start to
are
shove it in his ass.
at
No,
map.
no, not that hard.
You are at map marker 9. And Castle
In
Dire
case
is map marker 1.
anybody was wondering, this is 9.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You're like, right?
All right. I'm not going to lead this time.
Sam, you can just ask out loud.
Okay, well,
Oh,
people were talking.
Who's more experienced in Large City? I mean, at this point, I guess it's me. Since I've been here the longest.
No.
Well,
That's the point of the commas. I asked you
Oh, I
because
gotcha.
you have the most
I
experience.
gotcha. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna point to 5 and say we stay away from here.
Here?
Uh,
That?
yes, exactly. Or wait, was it 4 or 5 for the statue? Or
It was here.
4. Okay, I say we
Not
stay
that I
away
would
from
know,
there.
but yeah.
Right. Yes. Other than that, it's kind of a crapshoot.
If you keep drawing, you're going in the dunce corner.
Okay.
Peter Griffin.
Allow it.
Alright, I'm gonna draw a path, Holden.
Okay. You can draw a path that you'd like to take.
Why does it look like a dick?
Probably through this gate.
That one.
Directly down the canal.
Yeah, that's
Fuck,
water.
We're all just gonna jump in and float.
That is the water, isn't it?
Yes.
That's not nearly as fun as my route.
And with your route, wait, which way does the stream
Just
even
because
go?
you said to avoid that large open.
How the fuck did you get your lines that nice? Did you like
Plaza?
zoom all the way in?
No.
What?
Hold on, which way does the water flow? Does it flow into the city or out of the city?
Well, both.
Why would you know?
Shit.
I want to know because I want to know if we can lazy river.
It's quite literally going through both sides of the city.
Yeah, it goes through both, dumb fuck.
Oh yeah.
But which way?
Does it flow out or into the city on the south side?
I don't want. Okay, fine. I'll tell you. If you checked, the water does flow south. So yes, you could lazy river yourself down.
Ooh.
Yes.
Have any? Does anyone have any blow up flamingos?
Yeah, just so it hasn't happened, I have 42 of them in my prison pocket.
42 is my lucky number.
You see
We
me
can
just start
build a raft.
shitting out these inflatable flamingos.
And I'm
Okay.
not saying it's a bad idea.
So-
We've had problems in the city.
Sam kind of traces out this path to you on the map, and
Okay.
you could tell him just from your travels that would
Uh-huh.
take that might take half a day.
It's going to take like half a day, Sam.
Well, we're up very, very early.
It's true.
Percival's pissed off at that statement.
Does anyone want to try the river?
How long would the lazy river take?
How long would that
I
take?
imagine
you know?
longer.
You do you? Oh,
I don't like water that much.
What's a DM?
Okay, we'll walk. But that's my damn mind. I lost it. Lost my damn mind.
Eden, I really
Yeah,
like
let's
how
All
how
right.
small that is.
Walking we are.
Okay.
I can't control the size of gifts.
Mr.
I do not control the speed at which lobsters die.
Mr. Six.
I cannot.
Sir,
You've been through the city before. Is there any place to stop and maybe acquire some things?
no, not that we found. Honestly, the last place we stopped in, the guy tried to kill us all. So that's all we really.
Did he succeed?
Okay, fuck it.
I am the only one left.
Hashtag Menon. Oops.
I hope you're dealing with your loss well.
And also
I
with
mean,
you.
he was already an alcoholic, so.
Did you just say and also with you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
He nods. That one is closer, and he starts to head out to follow the path that he saw on the map.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hey, what's up?
Epic.
Sorry, I just love this gift so much.
Holden's lines aren't as nice.
Awesome. Okay. Blake, our girlfriends are apparently going to have sex. They're
Okay.
up on Garvin.
I'd watch it.
Without
Claire's
me?
bringing.
Yep.
Eden says on without me. Eden, you are invited to join in this.
Send videos.
Yeah.
No.
Jesse says send videos. Ooh, Jesse, that's Claire says that's not a tasteful thing a boyfriend would say.
Well, sure it is. He cares to make sure that his girlfriend is getting
making
pleasured the right
excuses.
way.
Nope.
Alright.
Try again. Nope.
Later. All right, I love you.
This ain't it, Chief.
Okay. So
How about now?
you guys you're all in agreement in this path?
Sure.
Percy's just kind of following along. He doesn't really have anything else.
Okay. So you guys walking through marker 13, those of you who had maybe not, actually you guys had been through here once before, you know, there are people scattered about here and there, and you pass through the gate. Who's leading?
I guess I am.
Roll me a d6.
Sure.
In Spanish, please.
Okay.
That
You're
was me. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
you pass through the
Oh, I guess 6. is
oh
leading.
no, that's Jesse.
No,
I need
I'm
Jesse to
sorry.
roll.
There you go.
It's a fucking 3 anyway. Well, nothing has changed. You pass through the slums with
Preemptive strike.
pretty much no
Damn.
encounters. You're walking through. I don't know. Are you guys talking? Are you all trying to be quiet, or what's the game plan here?
Zelfer has not been told to be quiet, so Zelfer's repeating that same hum he does.
Whoa.
As he
Really?
looks around and like,
No,
because
dude, I'm
he's never been in this city, in this part of it, so he's just very curious. Sometimes going like to the edge, like a little kid does, like the edge of where people will let him, kind of walking off until someone calls him back, and then scurries back.
Yeah. If you're kind of curious about what you're looking at this area of the city, it's very clearly, you know, there's a mix of like shantily built and, you know, very old buildings. You can tell this is definitely or was a very poor region of the city.
Does it look flammable?
Much of it does.
Mr. Sam,
Yes.
can I burn one of these buildings?
No.
No.
Can I burn part of one of these
No.
buildings?
No.
Can I burn something?
No.
Ask
You
a
can
Gatling
burn your
gun.
paper.
No.
Light a torch. I don't care.
No.
Is there any like small pile of garbage on the floor?
There's
The
you know,
smoke
little
might
bits of
attract.
broken up lumber and various.
That wouldn't set any houses on fire.
If you looked, you know what? Make a perception check for me.
Because I'm not gonna listen.
Okay. It's a little further ahead, but there seems to be a wagon in the middle of the road, old and abandoned. That would be a very nice target.
I look at it,
Probably wouldn't set anything else on fire.
look
Good
around.
child. A great target.
It's like 300 feet ahead of you guys when you ask this question.
Okay, I'm gonna keep looking at it and looking at Sam because I'm behind him, just glancing at the back of his head and looking at it as we walk closer to it.
Sam,
do
you
I
can
see
feel
this pile
him.
of wood?
You can feel him looking at the back of your head.
Don't even think
Yeah.
about it.
You all see the cart.
I'm thinking about it.
That's
No.
someone's cart. Don't do it. Do you
Okay.
cast fire out of your hand?
My cabbages.
I will cut your hand off.
I'd like to see you try.
I'll make sure you're never able to cast fire again. I will find you something to burn later.
Is that a promise?
Yes.
Fine.
For what it's worth, the wagon does seem abandoned. It's missing a wheel. Part of it is chipped and broken off.
I will find him something to burn later.
You told me I could not burn it, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Tell me when we get in 60 feet of it.
Okay. Within a few moments, this conversation happens about 200 feet. Within a few moments, you guys get there. Sam's probably keeping an eye on you a little bit. I don't know
Not
what the rest of
burning
the
it!
party is doing. Yeah,
And I point at it and I
Yeah, you
cast
get-
Ray of Frost.
Oh. Hey, you know what's funny? If you
Yeah.
want to read it as rules is written, you cannot do this because this can only affect a creature.
Oh, fucker.
But yeah, a blue-white light streaks toward the
Classic
wagon
dragon.
past you guys, and it is covered in frost, and it actually starts to kind of like the spot where it hits. There's a big hole, and it kind of starts to chip away and fall apart.
I stop. I visibly sigh. I reach out my hand to the side because he's still behind me. I summon my fucking scythe. I go, just in case someone's fucking hands need to be cut off. I go,
You
at
said
least it wasn't that destructive.
You said I could not burn it.
I go, please refrain from destroying people's property.
That is way more specific.
Well, there you go. I will get you stuff to burn later. You
That
fucking
is-
pyro.
I'm very excited for it. Let us move on.
Now
Okay.
I'm walking through the city with my fucking scythe.
Okay.
I did not break any of the rules you had set for me.
No, he knows this, which is why he's frustrated.
That's why I specifically asked, because I know I have an ice spell.
You fucking bastard. So you guys move on. You cross the bridge and enter the warehouse district. At this point, I need Jesse. I need you to roll. So assuming you're still leading, I need you to roll me another d6.
7.
Okay. You pass through, yet again, without trouble. Everybody make me a perception check, however.
I can do that. Let me
I
get off my
can't.
spell page.
I'm blind. Did you know that?
Oh yeah,
No.
how are your eyes?
Apparently
Holy
I have
fuck, you
20/15
guys.
vision now.
You guys are all you got a good night's sleep, apparently.
Ding.
Wow.
I eat my carrots.
You all simultaneously notice that if there is a particular cloud of haze.
Just all snap
You know,
our head
when you're-
upwards.
Yeah, you're all in. While in the city, you're constantly dealing with very minor amounts of haze above you, or in certain areas. There is a thick cloud up ahead. Right now, I'm gonna make a little circle. You guys are probably at this intersection here. That's a terrible circle right there.
It is. You can make better circles with the circle tool.
Hey, you're right. But you guys are all kind of in that intersection there. You notice at the other end of that street, at the next intersection, there's a very thick cloud of purple haze. So if you were to continue on your current path, you would be passing through it. Though you are not sure
alright.
what effects that would have, if any.
That looks very foreboding, so deviation of the plan.
Is that burnable?
Probably not. Deviation of the plan, we're gonna go this way.
Why not that way? And points the other way on the map. Are you showing up the map?
Sure.
Why not go the other way? Because there's a place called Marketplace.
Yeah, but with the look of the city, I don't think it's probably gonna be that.
Wouldn't
populated.
you want to see the bigger parts of your city?
I'm a little more focused on something in specific.
Looks like it would be faster if we went through the marketplace, honestly. Cut down
If we
through
went
the
through the
edge of the warehouse,
marketplace, we'd
basically.
probably. Okay, so how about? How
I
about
heard-
we go?
I heard you delete that.
Yeah.
So hot.
He has a very clickety clackety keyboard.
Holden hates it. I love it.
I hate it.
I
How
love
about
it.
that?
Because
Like,
constantly
it
while I'm
sounds-
playing with him, I
sounds
just have to hear. Yeah, it's fucking
like,
terrible.
Sounds,
Like,
Hold
sounds
it.
weird. Sounds
Hold
weird when you talk about playing with Jesse.
Holden,
Hey, that's
would
me.
you
So
still
how
be,
about that? We'll go that
would-
way.
would you still be friends with me if I peeled my chicken nuggets before I ate them?
What the fuck?
Yes, but I'd watch it with great interest.
Aren't you supposed to?
Wait, do you not? Wait.
I do agree with Mr. Sam. This would be a better path.
All right, we're going that way.
And if there's no buildings,
Six
is
have
that where
anything
you're
to
gonna
say
give me
about
something to
this?
burn?
Who?
Does Six have anything to say about this new path?
No,
This
he
was the
likes
one
the
that
new path.
recommended it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you guys
Yeah.
are gonna turn.
Comments? Good.
Okay. You
Good.
guys are going to turn,
He
and
knows more about the city than I do.
as you're walking through, you walk into this large open area, with it seems a little bit abandoned, like most of the city, but you can still see the remnants of what used to be, or probably used to be, a magnificent, like massive marketplace, full of all
Look at
kinds of
it.
different vendors, and yeah, magnificent marketplace, and there's still carts lying about. Some look to have been picked clean. Some look like they haven't been touched in years.
I would like to go to the nearest one that hasn't been touched.
Sure thing.
Do you want to touch it?
It's hard to. You're just gonna approach. You can approach a cart that doesn't look to be picked absolute clean.
I'm gonna start rummaging through it.
Okay,
Touch.
roll
Suppose we
investigation.
might as well look for some supplies.
Wait, it's
So I'll
not
go
what?
to
Not for. Oh, fuck me.
You find in this cart lots of old, absolutely rotted, what you can assume used to be fruit.
I'm gonna smell it.
It. Roll Constitution saving throw.
Jason, you're cute.
No,
You
those
smell
are-
it.
Those are ghosts.
You smell it, and you can tell it's bad. That's it.
Jason, you're cute.
Those
I
are
would not.
ghosts.
I
mean-
would not. I would not eat this fruit. I'm gonna put it back in. And watch where Sam went to a cart, I believe, as well.
Yeah, just whatever the next closest one.
Sure. Why don't you roll an investigation check for me as well?
Everyone loves you.
The next closest
Oh,
one,
man.
Nothing.
you walk up to it, and you kind of like you start to rummage around in it, and it just falls apart around you and breaks into shards of wood.
Yeah,
When
this
you-
place hasn't been touched in a long time.
When you say magnificent, is most of like the surrounding area made of wood, or would there be any like stone or marble things?
There's all sorts of materials. There's some paths in this marketplace made of marble, most of it of stone. There are
Oh.
wooden structures. There are structures that seem like they used to be much more decorated or colorful, but have been stripped of anything valuable. It looks like it used to be a very decorated place.
Wait. So I look at the cart that just fell apart in front of me. I look at Zelfer. I look at the cart. I start walking away. I say, Zelfer, you can burn this cart.
Firebolt! Firebolt! Firebolt!
Okay. Why don't you roll all 3 of those so I can see the damage? Oh,
I
okay.
almost got. I
Okay.
almost summoned Satan.
You, with
Oh,
that,
what?
you set it ablaze in an instant, and the fire it roars up, and then immediately dies back down because you gave it so much more fire than the fuel could handle. You burned it to a crisp.
I'm gonna look for
Just like Minecraft.
like a hand-sized piece of marble.
A fur block.
A hand-sized piece of marble.
Like a baseball size, like that chunk size.
You're
of
looking for a
marble.
chunk of marble.
Yes.
Okay, roll investigation with disadvantage.
Here we go, boys. 2 nat 20s.
Wow.
Boom.
You
Not
are
bad.
not able to find. You can find there's
I'm
some
pouting.
marble structures
That's
that
real sad.
you're able to find like a small marble structure that looks like maybe it used to be some sort of church or place of worship. A very small area, but there's nothing broken. You could try to break something off of it.
Mr. Sam,
Yes.
can I break this?
For what?
I would like a piece of marble.
Okay, for what?
I like to collect them.
Marbles?
No, not yet.
Could be
Random
lots.
rocks.
No, not yet.
That wouldn't be very
Maybe
random.
on our way
It'd be
back.
Kind of a targeted rock.
You're a
Does it have to
targeted
be
rock.
Created.
What is everyone's passive perception?
Higher than 6.
Actually, I can check myself.
Oh,
Let's see.
fine.
Sam
I
was
looked at
15.
Deception.
You gotta rub
Higher
it
than
in.
6. Good job, buddy.
13.
Jeez.
14.
Yeah, I looked at Deception. I was like, huh.
Passive
14.
15 for 6.
Okay, I think the highest anyone has is 15. Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Can you stop?
Say, let's keep moving.
Okay, so you guys continue moving.
Alright.
You round the
Stares at
corner.
marble structure as we walk away from it.
And
Heavy breathing.
There's still a plume of smoke coming from the wagon you absolutely eviscerated.
I deserved it.
So you round the corner, you will start walking down the street, and 6, as you reach this point, I'm about to ping here.
Mm-hmm. Crossroads.
Yeah,
Okay.
you on the crossroads there. You look to your left, and you recognize the plaza that you'd been at before.
Okay. Is
And-
there a statue in?
There is a statue in the center.
Alright.
Oh my
I point at it
god.
And I say, no one touches that.
You instantly see Zelfer. All his instincts tell him to touch it.
I
Zelfer.
imagine that's why we're not going that way.
Like,
That is
don't,
why we are not going that way.
don't touch it. Touch it?
I heard touch it.
He kind of looks at it and goes,
Did you say
Mr.
touch it?
Mr. Six said not to, and he's going to follow in behind, but looking at it every so often.
It's for your own safety. I say.
Everything's for my own safety.
I had to punch it to death once.
That sounds, but it's... Mr. Six, are you okay?
No, he's not.
Okay.
Okay.
He's an alcoholic.
I sip from my flask. I
You
give
guys
a side eye.
continue your walk, and entering the upper district,
Away.
there's a very sudden and very clear, like definitive change in scenery. All of a sudden, the structures and houses around you are much more ornate, much more, well built. Some are marble.
Mm-hmm.
Marble!
Much more structurally sound. You can tell this is
Place looks amazing.
one of the wealthier areas of the city, which probably means you're getting closer to the castle. And as you're passing through, you guys have been on your journey for maybe 4 or 5 hours now. I need the leader again to roll a d6. Okay.
Boy.
As you pass through, Sam, once you guys get about, I'm gonna ping here. You start to hear some
Body
footsteps. So it almost sounds like somebody is running barefoot on a street nearby, like behind some buildings nearby.
Like the sound of a duck running on asphalt.
Yes. But it's
Is,
very loud.
Slap, slap,
Seems
slap,
to be
slap,
getting
slap, slap,
louder.
slap, slap, slap.
What's that?
It seems to be getting louder.
No, it seems they're running adjacent you, like the next street over or behind the buildings.
Okay.
Next to you.
And if we stop for a second, does it sound like
Keep
it's
an eye
getting
out.
louder or quieter?
Yes. If you stop the party, six hears this and stops the party, and then the footsteps carry on for a couple more moments and then stops very abruptly.
Do I hear
Are we
this?
being followed?
I can ask.
I
Well,
point to
this-
the side and I say, not followed, but paced, possibly.
Yeah, that's
Well,
kind of what
We'll,
followed
just,
means.
we'll keep moving. See if they keep following.
Okay.
Or pacing.
Wait, I can try something. How far away do you think he is, Mr. Six?
Block, maybe 2.
I'm gonna pull up my wire and go, and I'm gonna point. Tell me where you think he is in general direction. I'm gonna start moving until he stops me in a general area where he thinks we stopped.
I will do my best to point out where to stop.
Okay. 6. Why don't you make me, for this purpose, make me either a perception or an investigation. I'm gonna leave that up to you because both could apply here.
Okay, I will go ahead and do the perception. Oh wait, proficient. Haha, investigation.
Okay. So he points out roughly where he thinks he heard the footsteps stop.
Okay, I stop there, and I'm gonna cast. I have 120-foot range on this. Message in that general direction.
Can
Hello?
you cast it so I can see the spell? Can
Of
it
course,
pass
my guy.
through
Solid objects.
mention the whisper?
If I'm familiar.
Through you can cast the spell through solid objects if you are familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier.
It doesn't follow a straight line though, so it will travel through openings within 120 feet.
Right. But okay, but so if you are familiar with the target and know it is
It
beyond
goes-
the barrier.
It goes through walls. Otherwise, it does go around corners.
No, you can cast a spell through solid objects if you're otherwise does it say?
Yeah, but you have to know the target. You have to be familiar with them.
Yeah.
That is to make it go through walls. I believe the last part of it, the spell doesn't have to follow a straight line and can travel freely around corners and through openings, goes with people who I'm not familiar with.
You could read it that way. Okay. We'll go with that. Okay.
I say,
Make an Arcana check
oh,
for me
boy.
quick. And then you can say your message. Okay.
Boom,
Holy
baby.
shit.
Give me your
Boom,
message.
baby. Hello, random person in this general direction.
How big?
My name is Mr. Zilfa, and if you are following us, we would like to chat face to face. You can respond to this message.
There is no response, and you all can hear, just a couple seconds after Zelfer had cast message, midway through his message, the footsteps, the slap, 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 started again and is getting further and further away from you.
I wrap up my wire, put it in my peg, and turn to the Six and go, Mr. Six, I have solved our following issue.
I think I'm gonna try to see who that
I'm
is.
gonna run after it.
Yeah,
We are now
I'll
the
just say-
followers, and I'm gonna keep up with them.
Okay, so you guys are diverting off your path. Why don't you all? Let's see. Who's got the max speed? Probably 6, the highest
Yeah.
I
speed.
think so.
What's
40.
your
Oh.
40? Okay.
Why
don't you all-
Speed is 40 passive too.
The footsteps are easy enough to
Nice.
hear. But they're quite fast. I need you all to make an athletics check for me to chase after them.
Athletics.
I ask why we're chasing this person.
I'm not very good at that one.
Following means behind. They weren't.
Fuck.
They weren't behind us. They were beside us.
And
Why are you
Fuck.
chasing random people?
Fuck.
This is fun.
as, as you guys are darting
Menon
through
trips over her own
darting
feet.
through the like
You gonna do
backyards
for
and
me?
in plazas of this wealthy district, Menon kind of trips over herself and falls on the ground with a fuck, and Sam and 6 rush ahead of the group just a little bit, And as you guys are rounding a corner, you're able to catch a glimpse of what looks like a bare foot rounding a corner. You're almost upon the barefoot. It's almost you catch them rounding the corner, and then suddenly the footsteps stop.
You hear Percival go, oh, feet, and then he vanishes.
Feet.
Are you guys...
I would have stopped and waited for men.
Okay.
Seeing that, I will continue.
Okay.
Get a fucking frying pan.
Might not
with
be
a
smart.
noggin.
It's true.
Okay. Are you guys continuing?
Very cautiously behind 6. If
So you-
he's deciding to continue.
Are you moving? Are you still sprinting after it? Or are you moving at a slower pace?
I would probably slow a little bit with the sound stopping.
Okay. Then the rest of the group, shortly behind, you can watch Sam and Six as they round a corner, and I need both of you to make me dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving throws, of course.
Bitch.
Okay.
Bitch.
Oh man.
You kind of cautiously peer around the corner, looking for this person or whatever it was, and as you do so, Sam, actually, you step forward, slightly ahead of Six, and you feel something catch on your foot.
I was definitely behind 6, but okay.
You stepping. He rounded the corner, and you kind of
And it's
stepped
just-
around, and you stepped just like maybe a foot ahead of him to the side. And your foot catches on something, and you hear a cackling from the building above you, and a large log kind of swings down from the rooftops above and hit both of you, knocking you back 5 feet or so, knocking you to the ground, and you're both going to take 8 bludgeoning damage as you're slammed in the chest by this large log and knocked to the ground.
Oh.
Idiots.
I look up, I say, 6, their blood is on your hands.
Who?
Whoever it was that just attacked us.
Oh.
I go into the house.
No.
Do I see this? I go, ooh,
Hunt them
killing!
down.
And I start rushing forward.
I now owe blood to the blood god.
Oh my god.
They attacked me.
A little bit of fire in my hands as I run forward with him.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm still fucking trying to catch up. Like, wait up.
Okay, after they're knocked down, you guys would be able to catch up a bit.
Thank God.
Because they have to get up. So, Sam, are you charging into the building that it
Yep.
seems this character ran into? Okay. Is everyone else following, or you?
I'm following as closely as I
follow.
can, getting ready to burn things.
Okay. So Sam and Zelfer are up ahead. Is everybody else kind of cautiously following behind?
No, I'm gonna go. Sorry, I guess I was muted. I'll go in as well.
You're going with them. Okay. So I have
Yeah.
Sam, Zelfer, and Six charging in. All right. I assume you guys are moving in a bit more carefully.
No.
Zelfer, no.
No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Okay. So, and Sam, you're not moving carefully either. You're charging in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Percival's gonna take watch outside the door.
Okay. Good call. Sam and Zelfer, as you guys charge in, bursting the door open, immediately there's stairs in front of you, and then to the left, what looks like maybe a kitchen of some sort. Are you gonna charge up the stairs, run up into the
Up the
kitchen?
stairs.
Sam, can I burn things?
You burst through the door, charge up the stairs.
You're absolutely.
I firebolt the table and then follow him.
Okay, the table's now on fire, and you guys charge up the stairs, and I need both of you to make me dex saving throws.
What is this, some Home Alone bullshit?
Okay.
Not again.
You both start charging up the stairs, and you hear the sound, like a clanking sound, as if something is metal on metal, and you both kind of jump back real quick, and 2 hidden bear traps clank in front of you and close up, and you're able to maneuver around and keep heading up the stairs. Are you
What is this, Saw?
Are you gonna continue to run up?
Do I see any more wood structures?
I mean, this whole place is mostly made out of wood.
I have a table on fire. I'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
I follow
Six,
Sam's lead.
and Six, you are close behind, moving slightly more cautiously.
I'm gonna try to put out the kitchen table fire.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start moving more cautiously up the stairs.
Okay.
Continue up the stairs.
What's Menon doing?
I'm continuing to follow them because
But you're staying behind.
fucking yeah, like behind them, but just close enough to it that potentially, if any murder starts happening, it could possibly be stopped.
Okay.
Probably
but if
not.
you-
And
Hold on.
I can try.
Sam and Zelfer, you guys are moving. Zelfer, are you moving any cautiously at all? Sam has said he is. You see Sam start to move a bit more cautiously after the bear traps.
I follow very closely behind Sam.
Okay. And Sam,
my head,
you
head
reach
nearly by his shoulders.
you reach the top of the stairs, and it turns left. Are you gonna peer around?
Yes.
Okay, you peer around, and
Scooby-Doo style, I'm behind him.
there's a lovely furnished living room covered in dust. Make a perception check for me, or an investigation. Both apply. Okay, perception. You look around, and you can actually see. Well, most of the place is pretty covered in dust. There are some very obvious footsteps heading over to another set of stairs to the right in the room.
I follow.
Okay.
Can I burn?
You can burn whoever it is that
What about the
fucking hit me
furniture?
with a log.
No,
Probably
no.
not. I don't want the house burning down with me in it.
And
Fine,
while
on the
you're
way
having
out.
this conversation, as you're moving forward, following the steps, Sam, I need you to make me another dex save.
Oh boy.
Okay. As you're having this conversation, you sort of look back and you feel your foot catch something again. And suddenly an arrow is in your shoulder. And you're going to take
This thing's going
6
to die.
piercing damage. As an arrow from down the hall kind of hits you in the shoulder with a snap from the wire your foot just caught.
I'm immediately going to use my respite.
Which
Guys.
says what?
Watch out for the giant boulder.
Hang on.
Watch out for the giant boulder. You can use both share. Regain hit points equal to 1
This
to
is
12
why
at dark
6 is
level.
my favorite.
Use it again. Okay.
It's just
Okay, so you heal for
perfect
10.
kind of lazy piece of shit.
But Zelfer and Menon, you do see 6. You're downstairs, kind of trying to put out this table fire, and by
Yeah.
now, after you're able to do so, and then you hear like another click, and what sounds like metal piercing skin or flesh upstairs.
Metal
I-
armor.
I glance up there and just at the ceiling and go, "Yay!"
Yay! Are you gonna head up, or are you gonna stay down and?
Is the fire?
You it's smoking, but you got the fire out.
Okay. All right. Yes, I will head upstairs, but slowly.
Okay, you slowly head upstairs.
I dart down the hall. I'm gonna dart down the staircase after he got shot with an arrow.
You dart down the staircase. You leave.
Woohoo!
You're leaving.
I'm following. I thought you said we were going down another staircase.
No, there's
Or
another
up.
staircase leading up.
Up. Oh,
Are
I'm
you
going
trying
up
to? Are
then.
you pushing ahead,
I'm going up.
Zelfer?
I'm going past. After he gets shot in the arm, I'm like, oh, that doesn't look fun. My turn. I'm gonna go up.
Okay, Menon, are you gonna try to chase him or stay behind with Sam?
I'm not staying behind. I'm going up.
Right, but Zelfer's pushing ahead. I'm asking if while you're
I'm gonna,
using your
you know,
respite.
I'm gonna go with Silver because
Yeah, I just need to keep an
You
order
know
in
it.
my head here.
it's just I feel like a single mother.
Okay. Okay. Zelfer, you head up the stairs. You rush up, and when you reach the top, you're actually on the rooftop of the building, and you, and with Menon close behind, there is a very scared-looking, half-naked, skinny teenage boy with a hand crossbow pointed at you, kind of shaking,
Little
and
pussy.
he's pointing it
Not
at
my
you, and he's
problem.
saying, "You go away! You shouldn't have gotten past my traps! No!"
I walk up. I push past that.
Magic
and I
missile.
grab the kid
No.
by the throat.
I'm instantly. The
That's-
second I see him, I'm magic
No,
missile.
he is. I should paint a better picture. He's probably about 20 feet away from the roof, from where you would exit the rooftop.
It's still within range.
So
of a magic
Zelfer
missile.
being the first up, Zelfer, what are you doing?
I walk up, see him. He points. I see that weapon. I go, ha ha! Magic missile, non-lethal.
Magic missile non-lethal. Okay.
So that's 1. So D4 plus 1, I believe. So give me a sec. I have to roll 2 more of those. 2.
Max damage.
No, yeah, that's so far
Roll
max
another
damage.
4. Please.
Oh my god.
That is max damage.
Okay, so you see weapon, and you go, and you launch 3 magic missiles at him, more powerful than usual. Non-lethal, so are you hitting him?
I'm trying to hit him in the arms and chest and knock his ass out.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
punches to the face.
The first one hits his arm, and he drops the hand crossbow with a scream. The next one hits his other arm, and the third one hits him in the gut, and he kind of lurches forward and drops and is unconscious on the roof ahead of you. Menon, you see this. What are you doing while he
Menon,
casts
I
magic
didn't kill
missile?
him.
Oh.
All right, I'm gonna basically not throw myself on top of the kid, but shove past and kind of shield him with my body and go, stop it.
Yeah.
Stepping up
Sam.
out of the doorway, I see this and I say, "Menon, what have you done?"
Yeah, and Sam, so what happens here? Let me paint the picture for you guys. Zelfer fucking crashes through the door, heads up the stairs, and sees this kid, goes boom, 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 weapon! And the kid, this poor, clearly starving young man, gets hit in the arm, drops his crossbow with a scream, gets hit in the other arm, gets hit in the stomach, lurches forward with a cough and falls unconscious. Menon pushes past Zelfer going, no, stop, and trying to protect him. And then Sam I assume Sam is next up, kind of bursting forth because he wants to fucking kill this kid.
Fuming.
Yeah, he's fuming. He comes up fuming, seeing Menon just on top of this, not almost blocking you guys from this kid. And then Six finally catches up with you guys and goes, Menon, what have you done? and from downstairs all the way 3 stories below, Percival, you just hear Six shout, Menon, what have you done?
Percival's in this, that typical samurai Chaploo stance where he's bent over the door, sitting down, but he's got his hand on his sword.
Mm-hmm.
With one knee bent up. Yeah.
Yeah, one knee bent up, he's got the sword, he's kind of just resting.
Okay.
He'd hear that and he'd just smirk.
Okay.
I didn't kill him, Miss Menon.
Okay.
I'd also like to go over and grab his crossbow and put it in my backpack.
All right, I'm
gonna walk up, ask which hand he had the crossbow in.
Understood, Isaac.
I'm gonna try. Can I stabilize the kid?
Make a medicine check, and Zelfer, you can tell him if you want that the crossbow was in his right hand.
What are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with his hand?
What hand was he holding his crossbow in?
Can I pick up the crossbow and put it in my backpack?
Sure.
Okay. Menon, he's got some pretty.
You start choking the kid.
He's got some pretty serious. It's mostly bruises, and it maybe worst case scenario, the gut one caused some internal bleeding. His arms will probably be okay, but you have not stabilized him. He's not doing too hot.
I grabbed
His
the
breathing
crossbow,
is shallow.
put it in my backpack. It was his right hand.
Good. I'm gonna take my weapon. I'm gonna cut off his fucking hand.
Menon is sitting
want
in
to stop
between
him.
you. Yeah, Menon
I
is
will
sitting in
push
between you
her
guys.
out of the way.
No.
I'm pushing her out of the
Okay,
way.
No.
Menon, you see after your failed medicine check, you're like, fuck, trying to figure out what to do. You turn around and you see Sam walking toward you with a sword out, and you probably would have heard
My
something
scythe.
about his scythe out, and he's looking with malintent. He looks like he's about to fucking kill this kid. What do you say or
All
do?
right. Can I take out my crossbow and shoot him in the knee?
You can try, but he might react in time to stop you.
Child needs to be punished. You're lucky I don't take his life.
Okay, so Menon, you reach for your crossbow. I need you both to
I'm
make
not rolling well.
general
at
dex
all.
checks.
What?
Menon and Sam, make me general dexterity checks. Oh boy.
Ba-da-da. 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 Banana.
I'm forgetting where the damn button is.
Skills
Hey,
bottom.
I'm bleeding again, so I'll be
Oh, yeah.
back.
Great. How
Stop
many?
bleeding, forehead.
Feel better.
Stop
One.
bleeding.
How many?
Just one dex
unskilled
check.
dex check.
Okay.
Come on, what the f is happening?
Okay. So Sam, you see her start to reach for her weapon or a weapon, and you have the opportunity to swipe it out of her hand or stop her. How do you do so, and do you want to cause damage to her in doing so?
I don't want to cause damage
Okay.
because I feel like I've hurt her enough.
Sure.
I'm gonna take the bottom end, the non-pointy end of my scythe, and just smack the weapon
Okay. Menon,
out of her hand.
as you try to pull out your hand crossbow quick, Sam quickly sees you doing this and smacks it out of your hand with his scythe and is now upon you and the kid.
I would step forward at that point.
I say this child is going to be punished. I can kill him or I can remove his hand. I'm going to leave that up to you.
Because you walked into his house?
I'll
I
say
didn't walk
nothing.
into his house. You're the one that wanted to chase him.
I'll say nothing and just curl around his
At
body
what point did
together.
I say murder this child?
Menon is-
I'm not really...
I just said I'm not going to murder him.
Okay,
Well,
you're also not
I'll
going
leave
to-
that choice up to you.
Menon is now actually covering his body with hers.
We're not cutting off a kid's hand. If he's that much of a threat to you, maybe you shouldn't be in this party. I don't understand.
Attacking people who have done nothing
He didn't attack anyone. You tripped a
He was
trap.
just following us.
because you wanted to follow him.
So you're mad at me? You want to take my hand?
If you'll sacrifice yours for his, why did you want to follow him in the first place?
Well, it wasn't to stab him, I'll tell you that. I kind of wanted to know what he was doing.
Well, clearly, he's not doing too much.
You want to take my hand?
Do I have anything on me that can tie the kid? No.
Yeah, no, you don't have much right now.
We could wrap him in a bloody blanket. But
I have
pull
40
up
feet of rope.
my blood covered.
Give me a rope.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Puts it back.
While I'm doing this, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on the kid.
I grab the rope and I tell Menon to move.
Okay. So you're grabbing the rope from Menon, and Menon, roll me
From
that
6.
that cure wound so I can know how much healing.
Yep, you got it. And also, I am not moving.
You know, if you don't move, I will take my weapon out.
We'll
again.
get to that in one moment after the roll.
Okay, sorry.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
What?
Why don't you just? It's 1d8, yeah, plus your.
Rolling 0 plus 0.
God, I hate this.
The spell description's cool.
Cure wounds, healing, heal amount 1d8 plus what would you what's your modifier?
1d8.
Probably charisma.
Cure Wounds plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay. Now I've set it up. Why don't you roll it? Or why don't you cast it again for me?
Sure. Start up my thing. Come on, my computer is taking forever to load.
I can
today.
cast it for you if you'd like from your character
Go
page.
for it.
Okay. You heal for 7.
Nice.
Okay. So you focus.
Go commit on her.
You smartly focus the cure wounds kind of on the center wound in his gut where, there could potentially be internal bleeding. His arms are still not good, but you focus your healing there and his breathing stabilizes and seems much smoother now. You start to see his eyes maybe flutter a little bit. He might maybe he's coming to, and maybe he's kind of half out. But as you do so, you turn around and you see Sam walking towards you with rope.
I'm not moving.
So if you don't move so I can tie this child up, I will throw you off of him.
I'm not moving.
I will mention now that Sam, Menon, and this kid are like at the edge of the building, at the edge of the rooftop, 3 stories up.
I'm
Miss
going
Sam.
to
To mention
pull
that.
Menon.
Mr. Sam, 1 second. Menon, would you be more comfortable if you were the one to tie him up? It should satisfy both ends.
I'm not gonna respond.
Okay.
I don't want to
Rough.
see any of you hurt, and Mr. Sam, if you lay a hand on her in aggression, I will make sure you fall off this building.
I'm gonna try and grab the kid.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to not let him.
See,
Try to ungrab the kid.
thing is, she is like draped herself almost over this kid. So I'm going
kid's
to
getting
allow you
mad
to
when
try
I'm closer.
to wrestle him away from her. So what I'm gonna do is, Menon, I'm gonna
I'm
have
gonna
you.
explain to her at this point I put my weapon away, and because he gave me his rope, I'm not going to take the kid's hand. I'm just going to tie him up so he can't try anything else.
Menon, do you stay silent?
Can I insight to tell if he's being honest?
I'm not gonna allow insight on other players, unfortunately.
Oh,
I am being
yeah,
honest.
sorry. Okay.
I think it's a fair.
Hold on, I'm gonna insight you for that one.
Go ahead. Fuck you. I'm not a player.
I think it's a fair compromise for the moment. Say.
Fine. I'll hesitantly get off of him, but go pick my crossbow back up.
Okay.
I typed
Tie the
roll,
kid up.
Okay.
and then insight, and it says there is an error with your form.
Slash roll insight. What?
The game's like,
Insight isn't a
what?
number. What is
There's
this?
a button for that, dumb fuck.
1D insight, please.
Yeah. Sam, it's rather easy to tie him up. You only need like 10 feet of rope to get it secured. How are you bounding his feet, his arms, or are you just hog
His
tying
hands
him?
and his feet. Yeah,
Hands,
hog
his feet.
tie.
You're gonna basically hog tie him, immobilize him. Okay.
I'm gonna get him off the roof because it's dangerous up here.
Okay. And you're gonna walk back down to the second story of the building in the dusty
Sure.
living room. Okay. Sam
In we
carries him
go.
down. You guys head back down. Percival, they've been gone for a minute. You haven't heard anything in a minute. Are you gonna just keep watch?
Yeah.
Make a perception check for
If
me.
You know what? I fucking will.
I bet you will.
possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, that's not the best.
If possible, on the way down, I'd kind of like to be looking for potential tripwires or traps that we may have missed on the way up.
Make an investigation check.
It's coming.
I believe you.
I don't. I'm rolling,
Eventually,
I'm-
it'll be here.
I'm rolling insight to
Maybe
make sure
at
he's
some
actually
point.
rolling.
Yeah, roll insight to see if he's actually rolling.
Let's see who
See if
pops
he's
up there
lying to
first.
us.
I don't know. He seems
sketchy.
Let's see what I know. Oh yeah, he's definitely sketchy.
Oh my god. You both got the same idea.
And
Yep.
Topher does,
Jason does not have it. Jason, do you want me to roll
Hey,
it?
if you
Yes,
zoom
please.
into ground zero, you can see there's a
Oh.
view very tight.
Just got it back.
space.
I don't know. I don't think he's actually gonna check.
Let's see. Your investigation here. I will roll it for you. Okay, so you get a 21.
20, 23 higher.
You are. Oh, and it's funny. And then he rolls it himself, and it's a 5.
So I just found it. Just
I'll let you keep the 21 because that was
Alright.
technically first, and it was off of your character sheet.
thank you.
So, you just with a quick look, up and down of the room.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to say with how much dust and debris is in here, but you're fairly certain that you don't see any other obvious spots where there would be a well-placed trap.
Okay.
So you can
Does it-
assume there aren't anymore.
Does it look like? Do I see any supplies or anything like that anywhere? Just out and about.
Based
like
on that
a blanket?
investigation check, there's, there's a couple pieces. There's an old dusty couch,
Okay.
maybe a chair and a small table, but this place is
Okay.
pretty cleaned out.
Gotcha.
Okay, so Sam, what are you doing with the kid? You got to tie it up. You're carrying him down the stairs.
I
Chocolate.
drop him. I ask Six if he has any water.
I do.
Pour it
I
on.
pull out a flat.
Wake him up.
Why
I'll-
wake him up by splashing water when you can just pour straight rum down his throat?
that might
I'll
not
leave
work.
you to question the boy since you're the one that wanted to chase him.
Sounds good to me. I'll see if I can wake him up.
I'll
Okay.
stand there with my scythe out.
Just splashing a little bit of water on his face, he immediately kind of gasps. Ah, ah, ah! He starts freaking out and screaming and squirming all
Hey,
over
buddy.
the place.
It's okay. What? Hey, how's it going? How you doing? What's your name?
he stops screaming for just a moment to look at you and goes, "Who are? Ah! Ah!
Fungus.
Help! Help! Help!" He starts screaming out.
Maybe I should have
kinda
removed his
cover-
hand.
Cover his mouth with my hand there.
Okay, you do so.
They're still in the
And I
building,
will
correct?
say,
Yeah, and Percy, you hear the help, help, help from what sounds like a young man, probably.
Nice.
I
And
say,
you've covered his mouth.
yes, you're gonna have to stop shouting, so that we can have a normal conversation.
He is
Can I
wide-eyed. His eyes are darting all over the room, looking at each of you.
Can I cast Charm Person on him?
You can certainly try.
I'm gonna try.
Turns out
Just-
he's actually God, immune to all magic.
Just to like, mostly to get him to calm down.
It's a good call. Very good call.
Does no one have the spell Calm Person?
No.
I don't.
Nope, I have
Abortion.
I have Terrify people.
Okay, so
with
it's a
I
DC
have
14
Cosmics.
Wisdom.
Hey.
Save
fuck
success.
you.
Target is apparently gayer than Braxton.
Hey.
Effect target is
It's
spellbound by caster's amazing rack. Look,
Pretty
titties.
good.
Titties.
Okay, let me roll that wisdom save.
That might not be official.
Okay, you have charmed him. I need the actual spell description though.
Sure.
Person. So I'm just gonna look it up myself because.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay.
This will take like 0.2 seconds here.
It's been more than 0.2 seconds already. You've lied to
yeah,
me.
what the fuck?
Okay.
Want a
You
refund?
attempt to charm it must make a wisdom save, and does so with advantage if you or your companion are fighting it. If you or your companions are fighting it. I guess you technically weren't fighting it at that time. If it fails to save throw, is charmed by you until this or your companion do anything to harm. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows it was charmed by you. Okay. So yeah, he now sees you as a friendly acquaintance, and he seems still quite freaked out, but he looks to you, Menon, as you cast this, probably noticing you casting some sort of magic spell because you didn't try to hide it, but it works, and he looks to you, and his eyes kind of close just a little bit. They're not as wide and scared anymore, and he looks to you and he says, "Help me, please."
It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. He's just gonna ask you a
step back.
couple of questions and then we're gonna let you go. All right?
What do you need? Why am I tied up?
We just want to know why you were following us.
Because we're a
And
wandering
this
group
was
of
the
kinky
best I-
people.
this
Sorry.
this was the best I could do to talk another party member down from more severe measures.
Hearing that, he kind of starts to squirm a bit more again. He says, I'm just hungry. I just wanted food. I just wanted to
call-
see if you left
Take
behind
it.
scraps. No.
I pull an apple out of my bag and hand it over.
Put it.
He's tied up,
He's
though.
tied up. He cannot.
Yeah,
Here.
you put it
So
in front
basically,
of
it kind of looks like you're teasing him with food right now.
Give it here.
him. Roll for
Yeah, I
animal
don't know.
handling.
Here, give it here.
Okay. There you go.
I'll take it and I'll like hold it up to his mouth so he can take a bite of it.
Mom.
And Six, you remember how you said, "Hey, let's not forget that I have a feast upstairs." Yeah, we forgot. So I'm gonna assume that you kind of took some with you, and so I won't.
I
let
did.
you-
I left some
yeah.
in my bag.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume, but as you guys left, you took a few extra things to treat everyone with, and so you take one of those
Thank you.
apples, and Menon, you hand it to the kid. Are you putting it? What are you doing?
I'm holding it up to his mouth so he can take a bite
And he
of it.
takes a massive bite, and he
There.
starts scarfing it down.
There you go. I'll like turn it every now and then so you can actually
Yeah.
like eat that.
Within 30 seconds, he's eviscerated this apple.
Wow, that's impressive.
pull a
You really
blanket?
were hungry, huh?
I wasn't lying. I just wanted food.
Are you alone out here?
Yes, yeah.
Why did you set
I-
traps?
Because you chased me. You're not the
It's
first.
against the law, you know.
Law? What law?
My
I don't
law.
think there's-
Your law. Right. Okay. Sorry, you're not the first to chase me. I guess I'm not very good at being quiet.
Oh, you can blame that on the monk.
I smile.
Do your ribs hurt?
My arms hurt a lot more.
Oh, I didn't kill you,
No?
but I took your crossbow and it's mine now. And I walk
Yeah.
downstairs to go join Percy.
He looks to Men and he's
Zelfer-
like, "Can I
Zelfer-
have that back?"
I'm already gone.
Already gone.
Yeah, like
bitch.
he starts to walk away, and Menon goes, Zelfer, and he completely
Mine!
ignores you and walks down. He goes, "Mine," and then walks downstairs. So
And you're
you can add a hand crossbow to your inventory, Zelfer.
no one out here with you.
No, it's just me. Ever since. Well, it's just me.
Ever since
It's just me. Can I have more
I'd
food?
rather you. Yeah, once you finish the story.
My sister, she fell. Yeah, and I lost her.
How long ago was this?
Have you found her yet?
If I was there, that's exactly what I would have said.
This
Have you found her yet?
It's a few years ago.
I'm
Was she
sorry
kind
for
of
your
in a
loss.
gooey heap at the bottom of the building? You know?
What's that? At the bottom of the building?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm sorry for your loss.
yeah, me too.
That
So, can I have more food now?
I don't
yeah,
know. Can you?
I take bread and cheese out of my pack.
His
and make
eyes
sure
grow
to leave
wide,
some-
seeing some good food.
Make sure to leave some for the missus. And
Confirmed. 6 fucks rats.
While he's doing this, I tell the kid that he's lucky I was traveling with these people, so I would have took extreme measures, and I'm gonna cut the rope.
Yep.
Let him free.
Okay. And then as
My
soon as you
rope.
cut the rope free, he kind of like he looks to you, Sam, and kind of like looks like he's about to run away again. He kind of, his hands are on the ground. He looks like he's gonna bolt, but he looks to Menon and says, "Is he gonna hurt me?"
Oh, you hit me with any more traps, I'm taking your hand, and I walk
At
downstairs.
this point, he kind of smiles and says, "Well, I didn't hit you with them. You ran into them."
Give him a
Anyway,
very
I put
grumpy
some-
sigh and go downstairs.
I put some bread in the kid's mouth.
he gladly just engulfs it.
Isn't he untied?
Yes.
Feed him.
He
to
takes
it.
he takes the bread and
still
cheese and
shoves
he
it in
just
his
he's just shoving
Yeah,
food in his mouth.
to keep him
Mr.
from
Percy, I
thinking.
got a crossbow.
Careful. Don't eat so fast. You're gonna give yourself a stomachache. You'll throw it all up and this will be all for nothing.
And he belches loudly.
Do you live here or?
Yeah, kinda.
Shout back up 6. Give him food and water, and then let's continue.
Okay, I'm on it. I pull the map from my bag and I point out bar.
The main gate bar.
The main gate bar. And I say, if you can make your way here, we'll come back through. I'll make sure you have food. And
I'm gonna-
I'll
I'm gonna
Yep.
give the kid 2 gold pieces.
okay. I was just about to.
His
So,
eyes
perfect.
grow wide at the 2 gold. He's kind of in disbelief, and he kind of reaches out his hand to start taking it, and he pulls his hand back. He's like, "Is this a no?" And and then he takes it from you, so you can remove
Yeah.
the 2 gold from your inventory. He says, "You want me to?
Tell them.
You're telling me if I go there?" And he points to that spot on the map. He says, "There's food for me."
There's food. Tell the bartender that 6 and Menon sent you. And he'll, for those 2 gold, he'll take care of you for a couple of days until we can come back for you.
He nods. Okay. I'll gather my things and go, but I might need to rest a bit longer. My arms are. And he kind of like starts rubbing the spots where the magic missiles hit his arms. He says, I might need to
Yeah.
wrap these. Do you have anything I can wrap these up with?
6?
My
I
dick.
don't have any bandages. I can give him my shirt.
I mean,
Or I could cast Cure Wounds again, I guess.
Okay, I put my shirt back on.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my god. What is wrong with my fucking computer? This is a brand new one. It shouldn't be having all these problems.
Do you want me to
Okay,
cast it for you
there
again?
we go.
Oh, okay.
No, I got it.
What kind of computer is it?
It's just a shitty little HP.
Oh, that makes
Nothing
sense.
You heal him
special.
okay, so you touch his arms, and the deep bruises don't quite go away, but he kind of breathes a sigh of relief, and you notice his shoulders slump down. They must have been very tense, and he says, "Thank you. I'll leave tomorrow. Will I?" And he looks to you, men, and he says, "Will I see you there?"
Hopefully,
Oh,
eventually.
thank the gods. Okay. Thank you, I guess.
Don't
mean-
mention it.
I
Like-
don't think I will.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the rest of our party wants to get going, so we'll see
yeah.
you there.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And he kind of.
Okay.
You guys leave then?
Yes. I
Menon?
head downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys head out. So anything to say, Sam or Zelfer, when they come back down finally? Percy, any questions for the party?
Zelfer came out first,
Yes.
and I would have just looked at him and went, "What did Menon do?"
I got her hand crossbow.
Okay, but what did Menon do?
Nothing. She saved a boy from being de-handed.
Lame.
That's what I said.
I didn't kill him.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sam says as he trudges down the stairs grumpily.
I didn't kill him, Mr. Sam.
The price for such actions should have been his hand. At the very least.
wanted to slit his throat with my fancy dagger.
Whoa! He's out of our hair now. Okay. Walking down the
I don't have
stairs.
hair.
Say, let's go.
Okay.
Let's
I
go.
frustrated.
I have hair. It was a joke. He's gonna start walking out.
All right.
If
You
anyone hears
guys.
footsteps, just ignore them.
So I'm gonna ping where you are. You're approximately here now. We'll be wrapping up sometime soon. For Isaac's sake, because he's not doing too
Okay.
good.
Copy.
He had a bad day, but
I've lost many a blood.
he's lost many a blood.
My goodness.
So you guys are there. It wouldn't be too hard to get back on the path. Sam, are you gonna continue to lead?
Yeah.
Roll me a d6.
Very frustratedly.
Okay. So you guys are able to pass through the upper district the rest of the way without too much issue. Now, when you're noticing the closer you get to the castle, you're able to see the castle by now. It's kind of peeking above the rest of the buildings, and there's kind of an ominous gloom to it. It almost seems like the area around the castle is darker than the rest of the city now that you're getting closer. And there's a specific concentration of haze above the castle, of the purple hysterium haze. And as you're moving closer and closer, the buildings in this upper district, you are going uphill slightly, and the buildings are getting nicer and bigger and more extravagant. And eventually, I'm gonna move you guys over here. You are greeted with the gates to the castle that are swung wide open.
I'm gonna look at the map
Mm-hmm.
and then see that this is the area that we originally settled.
Yeah, you can tell from the shape of the water.
I'm gonna look
That's a good
up and
movie.
be, where's my home? And then continue in.
You just okay? Is everyone else gonna follow
I
him?
follow
go.
about 2.5 feet behind him.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
I
so the
will
party
follow.
follows.
I would walk in and immediately spit on the ground.
Would you do this loudly? Like, would you
Well,
give it a good,
I don't-
or would you just kind of to yourself, like give it a little? Isaac?
No.
No.
Not that
Okay. Okay. So you just kind of to yourself a little on the ground. Sure. Yeah. Sam, make me a history check.
It's probably not gonna be that well.
In German, please.
You know what? I'll use my inspiration for it too.
Go for it.
It was useful.
Oh man.
Rip
Oh,
inspiration.
Mark that inspiration off. Though I will tell you this.
Back in the
You remember your house being fairly close to and facing the main body of water I'm pinging here. And so your best guess would be that this little outcropping here, as you guys approach the castle, this little outcropping here, as far as you know, the closest. And there's a small guard tower extending from that area.
I go to it.
Okay. So you guys approach this kind of side outcropping with a guard tower from the castle.
Okay.
You're all just gonna follow Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then let me do this. So you guys approach, and Sam, you are able to easily enough find an entrance. There's a sort of side entrance to this structure with a large, heavy wooden door. What's the party doing?
I'm looking at
Pushing
the
the door open.
watching him do
Mr.
that.
Sam, shouldn't we knock first?
I'm not sure anyone's home, but
Nope.
All right, I walk over and knock on the door.
You knock on the heavy wooden door,
As I'm pushing it
and to the
Yeah.
party's surprise, you push at it and it doesn't budge. But Zelfer goes up and knocks, and to the party's surprise, you hear from the other side a voice that calls out and says, "Don't come in here! It's not safe!"
Says who?
Yeah, that's what they said about the prostitute I ordered 2 dates ago, but look at me.
then don't come in here.
Yeah.
Is the door locked, Mr. Voice?
Yeah! Don't come in!
Your doors are made of wood.
Open the door. That's where my house used to be.
Everybody.
Your house? This is a castle!
You're a cow.
Yeah, it used to be a house.
You used to be a house! Shut up! Get out of here!
You're
What's so
stupid.
dangerous in there?
Mr. Sam, can I burn
Me!
it?
And my
Yeah.
friends!
Burn the door open.
I take about 20 steps back.
I
I put my
take
hand
a
on
step
it.
back as well because that's dangerous.
So, Mr. Sam, take a step back.
Yep. Already done.
I will give you one last chance to open the door, Voice.
I
I'll
don't
give
think
you
I
one
can
last
burn.
chance to leave!
Alright, burning the door. And
Okay.
how tall is the door, Mr. Holden?
About 7 feet.
I'm going to start at the very top and then 2 feet gaps, firebolt down.
Firebolt, so approximately 3 firebolts into the door.
Yep.
Roll damage for me.
Uno, dos, tres.
Damn.
Damn, damn.
Fuck.
Bam, bam.
You eviscerate the door. The first one actually sends the door off of its hinges, and the other two just push it further onto the ground and absolutely eviscerate it.
I blow up my hand.
Yeah, it is charred, and you hear the voice inside again go, "Oh, well, I didn't expect that. Come on in, I guess."
I go in.
Okay, you guys head in, and I do have a map for you.
You do?
Mhm.
You
So I
dirty boy.
Percival steps in. He goes, "Here comes the vanguard."
So I imagine Sam and Zelfra are the first in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Followed by 6, and then Menon and Percy.
Sounds fine.
Okay, let me move you guys to the map.
The second I walk in, like a little kid giving a picture to hang on the fridge to their parent, I point at the door and look at Sam. Mr. Sam, I did it.
Clap him on the back. Good job.
Actually,
He's got a big ass grin on his face.
I gotta go ahead and
What exactly
something
is an
quick.
ass grin?
Have you ever eaten ass?
No.
No comment.
no comment.
That's a
Blake's
yes.
in that same boat.
I have
And
fucked an ass, but I've never
reveal.
eaten one.
Okay, let me guys. I'll move you to the map now. Don't worry, you shouldn't see anything yet.
I can't see anything, Olden.
Yeah, hold on. I can't see anything either.
What is
And
that
now you can
picture,
see
of
something.
Jason? What the fuck? I just
Okay,
looked in the
so-
Discord and I saw Jason's picture.
What?
Oh, it's me and goats.
That's Jason with goats. Beautiful. So you guys walk in, and what you see is what looks like a reception area. There's a nice bearskin rug on the floor. There's some benches, a couple chairs, what looks like an old desk. But sitting at and kind of leaning deep into one of the benches is a very ghoulish looking man. His skin flaking off, his face kind of droopy. He looks skinny and he looks like a ghoul. I'm just gonna straight out say he's not a ghoul, but he looks like a ghoul.
Yeah.
I look
Are
at
you
him and
al-
I say, gross.
Are you
He
alive?
looks back at you and says,
I
"You're
know.
gross, and you're barging into my home."
Are you alive?
Yo, this was my home.
Define alive.
Breathing?
Yep.
Would you like to not be?
I'd prefer to keep it this way. Well, actually, I'd prefer
Would you
to
like to
go
not
back to the way
be?
things used to be. But anyway,
Holy
Because
are you
Howard,
gonna fix that door?
No,
Well, what the fuck?
you wouldn't let us.
Walking in a little bit and looking around.
I gave you multiple chances to not have the door come off.
Looking ahead, you could see there's some blood on the ground up ahead of you, and looks like some sort of golden little plaque. And he
What
sees
the-
you walking in there. And he says, "Oh, whoa, bad idea,
What?
Buster.
Why?
My friends aren't as let's say they're a bit more feral. They'll
I
eat you
can
on
kill-
sight.
We can kill them.
Well,
Can we-
then
can I-
they're going to be not very alive.
That's a bad idea. I really wouldn't do that. They're not. They used to be royal guards."
What
Yeah, so
Hey,
was
happened
I.
to
dude,
you?
me fucking too, bud.
And he looks at you two like really confused, and he's like, "Well, don't say I didn't warn you."
What happened here? What's going on?
What? The explosion? What do you mean?
Well, Percival's gonna lean
Yeah,
in
everything.
and go,
I called a Percival.
what?
I called you and just asked you to come up here
Oh, yeah.
as Jason's talking.
I'm gonna lean in and I'm gonna go, how many colossi are in there?
And his eyes kind of widen a bit, and he goes, "I haven't heard that in a bit."
Well, you're looking at the 10th one.
There's no 10th Colossus. Is there?
Oh, that hurts my feelings.
But he looks at you and he says, "Is there?"
Hold on, let me rewind. And I mimic rewinding myself. And then go, you're looking at him.
Rewind. What do you what?
Fuck you, I didn't say rewind, I just
Okay.
said mimicking.
Okay. Yeah, you say, "Okay, roll it back."
There's no reference to that in this time period.
Yeah.
Going.
So you mimic rolling it back. What do you say? What do you got? Isaac?
Well,
Sorry, one
Oh.
more time.
You mimic like rewinding, rolling it back. What are you saying? What do you got?
Oh, I just repeat what I said. I said, you're looking at the 10th Colossus.
He goes, well, I've never heard of you, but maybe that was on purpose.
You're also looking at the first captain of the guard.
Shut the fuck up, this is my
Captain
spotlight.
of the guard.
And I'm Mr.
Okay.
Zelfer.
Real quick, everyone shut up. Why are you gross?
he actually bursts out laughing like that. He goes, fuck you.
Are you
That's
being
fair.
mean to Mr. Six?
God damn it. Hold
Are
on,
you-
you made me an NPC, stop it.
Are you being mean to Mr. Six, sir?
Mr. Six? Is his name a number?
Yes, I thought that same thing.
What? Who
My
names their kid
name
a
in the
number?
military was a number, you dense fuck.
Regardless, if
We
you're
all have
being
numbers
mean
in
to
the
him,
military.
If
Yeah.
you're being mean to him, I'll slit your throat.
Oh. He kind of looks you up and down. He says, and he's kind of like leaning back, like with one arm up and one leg kind of spread out. He's like super casual. He looks you up and
Like
down
a
and says,
Jarl?
"Yeah, kinda." He looks Zelfer up and down and says, "I bet you could do it too, huh?" Yeah, I probably wouldn't stand much of a chance.
What's in
can
that
I
room?
Use insight to see who this guy is.
To see
Are
who
you
he is,
sick?
Would I know him from 15 years ago?
you can roll history.
He did say that he'd like things to be the way they used to be.
You have no idea
Have
who
you
this
been
man is.
eating the
At least,
hysteria?
especially in his
Duty.
current form, you cannot recognize him. You don't recognize the voice either. Like Six,
How
you
old
said
are you
something.
guys?
like that?
Six.
Why are you like that?
What?
Why
Six?
are you gross?
This sexy body, and he kind of like gestures toward himself.
Are you ill, good sir?
Aren't we all?
I'm
No,
not.
I'm
are
about to
you?
be.
I mean, yeah. That purple shit does a number on you.
Have you
you
considered
eating it?
sliding
Yeah.
out of my DMs?
Well, I kind of had to, and in order to survive. We don't got much food, and the cannibalism was that didn't last too long.
Why did you stay?
Where else were we gonna go?
There are people living outside the city's walls.
So I just want to pause one moment. So, Hulking Cougar just hops into chat and goes, "I'll tip $5 if you kill Dogaholic."
God damn it.
Who is that?
All right, so you're gonna go ahead and take
Don't
death
say
death
44.
damage. 45 damage. Okay.
Ah, damn.
Ah, shoot. But
I cast Resurrect.
Hey, feel free to ban her if you want.
Who
okay.
is it?
Slash ban
One of my friends.
hulking. Okay, no, I'm just playing. And he says, but he says, well, we didn't really have anywhere else to go, and after the explosion, well, there wasn't much we could do. I myself, I went out. Huh?
Is that why you're all?
Well, yeah, that and all the purple shit. I went out and tried to help people, but and he kind of starts looking at his
See, that
arms,
was a mistake.
with like skin flaking off. He's like, after my body kind of started melting, I decided maybe I should take shelter instead. Not much I can do for people who are melting.
Hey, fellas, you ever seen a dead body? Whoa.
Okay,
Yeah, getting
here.
like really bored of listening to this dead dude. I'm just
I
gonna
pull
start
out
walking
the map.
forward.
And yeah, he
And I point. Sorry, go ahead.
he looks to the rest of the party and kind of he yells to you. He's like, "Don't say I didn't warn you. They're gonna eat you.
I follow closely
Not if
behind.
I eat them first.
That's
I
weird."
pull out the map.
Yeah.
And I point to the bar, and I hand him 2 gold pieces, and I say, "There's a bar here. Get yourself a meal."
He looks at the gold and he says, "What people?"
Yeah.
Preferably eat normal food, not the people.
So there's.
Oh yeah, not the people.
No. Don't. I haven't eaten people in a while. You're telling me that there's civilization.
Yes.
There aren't just random adventurers coming in here trying to steal shit.
No. Go ahead out to the
The
bar.
Ratlings, you're just gonna have a bunch of fucking randos come in like, hey, we heard there was a buffet.
Well, he's pointing him out to the bar, not the mill.
Yeah, the bar.
Oh, shit, never mind then.
I was afraid the rats would kill someone.
So this whole time, I could have been somewhere other than here, surviving.
Yep.
Well, not the
and starting right now.
And he kind of leans back even further and kind of like tilts his head back and goes, fuck me.
No thanks.
Yeah, you're not my type, honey. And
They might be able to help you with
Fair
that.
enough.
Oh, here's an extra gold piece.
He says, I
Like,
don't
three
need your
gold
gold.
pieces.
He says, look at me. And he kind of looks around his body. You really think people are I'm gonna walk into a bar and be like, give me a drink, bartender, and he'll say, hey, you look normal, sure thing.
I point to Zelfer and I say, they do it for him.
I'm Mr. Zelfa!
And he looks
That's
at
a
Zelfer
fair
and goes,
point.
I mean, yeah, he looks kind of weird, but his skin ain't melting.
Yeah, but he'll probably call you ugly and then just serve you anyway.
You might start to heal or get better if you leave this area.
And
That
at
make
this point,
sense?
I need everyone to roll initiative.
I can
Oh.
do that, Holden. I know how. Holden.
And then
Holden.
we'll wrap up
Oh,
shortly
that's,
after.
I know how to roll initiative.
That's not very
Boom.
good.
It's a 14, motherfucker.
Roll
I
initiative.
attempted to roll a command looking for. Oh shit. Okay.
I'm an idiot.
I have pants on right now.
Damn it, I fucking did it too. That's not what I meant to do.
I have pants on.
What? There
Can you get my blue line off of there?
Oh
It was an accident, I
Oh.
promise.
boy, if I go first, this is gonna be even more fun.
Hey, me too, Percy.
My hands in my pants.
Oh wow.
My hands in my pants.
We,
Isaac, my
we
hands
as a
in my
group
pants.
didn't do too good.
But I got
Yeah,
a 14.
yeah. So done, bud.
I have a +0 to initiative.
Okay. So I have
Yeah.
6 Menon,
I could've done better.
and
Sam's is 6.
Zelfer. I need Sam's was 6.
Yeah, I just did.
Wait a
Mine and
minute.
Percy's.
Both of you got a 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
You can see them in
How
the
is-
rolls.
You know, blood relatives. You know, just got to do the same stuff.
So I guess well, it doesn't
Crazy.
say I rolled 0. It does not appear to have added my dex modifier in there. I don't know.
Yeah, these things are weird.
Wait, what's that? You got.
Yeah,
I rolled
it
a
doesn't add
5.
dex mods.
Okay, so then
But you should have your.
No.
Hold on. 6
Otherwise, I'd have an
initiative. It has your initiative bonus set. Oh no! You have to manually add in your initiative bonus. Like,
Got it.
as in, like on your character sheet. So it's just.
got it.
Yeah, you'd have a
I see it.
+4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No, wait. No, it has the. No, you don't. It has the 4 set. They're based on your dex. Why didn't
So-
it add? What?
Yeah. I
It
don't know.
doesn't do it.
Weird.
My minimum roll should be 5, and it just.
Okay, so you should have 9.
Okay.
I will change that. So you should have a 9,
I should be
Yep.
at 8.
and then you should be at 8. I mean, I guess, yeah, that matters. Okay. You should be at 8. Okay. Cool. Then we are going to start off with Zelfer.
I'm gonna head 5, 10, 15,
Because
20.
I know you guys were like trying to move in further anyway, and we were.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense that you would be further in at this point.
So about here.
Yep, and I'll reveal more of the area for you.
Okay. Don't see anything yet. So
Yep, so you're just scanning around and you see
30.
that's your 30? Okay.
I don't see anything.
Not quite.
Mr. Melting Man, where did you say your friends were?
I
He's
didn't.
a smelting man? Oh.
They're gonna eat you. And I'm not gonna stop them because honestly, they're still my friends, so.
I
They're not
Oh,
gonna be
maybe
your
they're
friends
my
much
friends
longer.
too. You fuck.
Oh,
You
hold
ever
it.
think about that?
You ready for what I'm about to hold?
What are you about to hold?
I'm about to hold Fireball. But as long as the things don't get within 20 feet of me, if I see something, I am fireballing right at it.
Jason, you're actually like the cutest thing in the fucking world. I can't even.
So if you see
function
anything
properly.
within 20 to 60 feet of you,
No, anything within 150 feet of me. But if it gets within 20 feet of me before I can fire it, I'm not casting it.
okay,
I'm not hurting myself with my spell, basically.
sure.
Jason, that cat does not look like it loves you.
It loves me.
It attacked.
because it sees the tongue, Jason's tongue. Cats hate tongues.
Okay. Then we're gonna move forward in initiative. Let me do this.
Okay.
Let's see, 5.
Well,
10,
then, if you
15,
kill me,
20,
I'll take it as worth if you give me the $5.
Okay. There's that. Da-da.
No.
Gee, I wonder where they are.
Da-ba.
I'm helping Holden to distract everyone.
Da.
Oh,
Oh no, my pings. I mean, I can't help that, but I'm moving more than just the. Fuck.
I'm helping.
No. Somebody actually just tipped
Do
$5.
this what you must. Greater than.
They said, "Do with this what you must." I'm sorry. I think I have to kill you now. It wasn't your friend. Somebody else tipped $5. I think I have to kill you now. Do with
Well, I
this
don't
what
like this
you
one bit.
must.
Do I get the
Don't
$5?
do it. Don't
If
do
I
it.
kill you, maybe. Yeah. So maybe I shouldn't.
Okay.
wanna see where
I
this
do like
story goes.
$5. Hey, thank you so much for the $5. Oh, that's funny. Oh, and then they had an evil face. Yeah, no, I think I have to kill you. Okay.
Oh man.
Anyway, so that happens, and then we'll move next in initiative. And this needs to go there. That needs to go there.
Oh,
You
wait.
need to go there.
I can't believe
That
someone
is-
actually tipped you $5. What the fuck?
Yeah, who the fuck would give me money? Now I have to kill you. Okay. And then 6, it's your turn. You're still conversing with Melty Man.
Yeah, I don't really have any reason to even know we've gone into initiative, so I'm,
Right.
I'm still trying to get info out of him. Like,
Yeah, you have
Is
time for
there
a question.
something-
What was the name?
What was that?
No, what was the name of the tipper?
The tipper's
Oh.
name was Mommy. Mommi.
Oof.
I got $5 from Mommy. Thanks, Mommy.
Mommy, give me monies.
Okay, my question:
Yes.
how many friends do you have?
Well, I have a couple. Well, I have a few. One's locked up. That's for all of
Dude,
us' sake.
so was I.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's my question.
Okay. Then Sam, it is your turn.
I'm gonna move my 30 feet to here
Okay.
Oh,
and
no.
activate Tunnel Fighter.
Okay. Moving your 30 feet to there, you would be able to peer into this room a bit and see some beds, some what looks like some small chests. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be able to peer into that room a bit. There you go.
Wait,
There you go.
I don't think I have a feat selected.
Okay. And then you're just holding your action.
Tunnel fighting.
Tunnel
Yep.
fighting. Okay. Menon, what you doing?
Holy shit, hold on, I forgot to get a feed.
Someone falling downstairs?
You're very bad at characters.
Dude, I just hate Roll20.
Menon?
Mm.
What you doing?
That's French for it's your turn.
Yeah, I know.
What should you aim?
What you
I'm
doing?
I'm not entirely sure what's happening because I really had to pee and I couldn't hold it anymore. So,
Thanks.
That's
okay.
fine. You shouldn't
Pee on
have
your
to.
laptop?
6, Percival and
Yes.
you are still talking to Melty Man, while Sam and Zelfer have kind of pushed into this area to scout things out.
yeah, I should should we follow them?
What? Sorry.
Should we follow them?
I assume you guys are
There.
actually like up here talking to him.
No, I missed the first part of that before the question. I'm like...
he lose blood. He no good.
I'm losing steam right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Oof.
So, okay, what was said before that? Me too.
Me and fucking Zelfer pushed ahead, and then she asked
Gotcha.
if you guys should follow.
Ah, yes.
He's gonna look at Melty Boy. I say, which one of your friends locked up? What's his name?
Well, it's Menon's turn.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought
She was
asked me a
asking you if
question.
you guys. She's asking you if you guys should move up with them.
Percival would say that he's got a few more questions for Melty Boy.
I'm gonna follow them. See
Okay.
if they're
You can use your movement then if you'd like.
Fuck, my bad.
Scream if you need help.
Honey.
What?
Oh wait, I do have a feed.
She leaves.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, she was-
Wait,
We're-
I'm an idiot.
You just
Oh,
leave
yeah,
the room.
they're over there.
What?
over there.
Menon starts walking out and is like, "Oh wait, this way."
Classic
I'm
Gummy.
so tired. Ugh.
And then Percy,
I'll
what
be
you,
trying-
what you doing?
I'm gonna ask Melty Boy which one of his friends is locked up and what's his name.
That would be the 9th Colossus.
Oh.
Probably don't want to fuck with him. We locked him up for a reason.
Okay, but like, what was his name?
You don't know the 9th Colossus's name.
Okay, but like, it might be me.
What?
Do you know the JonTron meme? Ooh, it might be me.
Are you? You're not Taran.
No, that's not me. Okay. you're good.
Okay.
Thanks, though. I was also a Colossus, and I was also locked up for a very good reason. That's why there was a little bit of a, mishap there.
So you're a storyteller, huh?
Percival.
Yeah.
More like, yeah.
Back to Zelfer then. You're like,
Should I go
no.
fight people?
If you want to walk away and use your movement, I'll allow it still.
Where's my token? There he is. What's up, dude?
What's popping?
What's up, dude? He
What's
says to himself.
popping?
Actually, he would ask one more question.
Yeah.
Unless I can't.
I'm gonna one more question or movement, not both.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask another question then.
Okay.
Would anybody who is in the group of the Colossuses know your friend? Your friends?
Would anybody what?
Like, would any... Okay, I have to think about how to phrase this for a second. My brain is moving a millimeter an hour right now. It's like fucking snail in my brain slithering across. Watch out, Randy Orton. I'm so sorry. Fuck. Would anybody... He would ask if I were a 10th Colossus, because I can obviously see you don't believe me. Would I know any of the people in there? Any of your friends, per se?
How would I know that?
Because they're your fucking friends.
I don't know everybody my friends know.
Well, then you're not a true friend, I'd say.
Well, that's just hurtful. I'm offended.
And you've never heard of me. I'm offended.
Well,
You're-
now we're both hurt and we're
you're
standing here.
unfriended.
Reported,
I'll
blocked.
my hand to him and shake his hand.
He extends his hand and shakes your hand, and when you
Right,
touch
there you go. Now
when
we
you
can
touch
both be
his
offended
hand,
together.
a
Congratulations.
couple flakes of skin fall off, and it's a little bit more squishy than you'd expect a hand to be.
Interesting.
Okay, Zelfer, what you doing?
Fire
I don't
squeeze it really
see
hard when
any-
it pop.
Oh.
Maybe.
This is Sam. You see anyone?
Not yet.
Mr.
5,
Sandman.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna look into this room.
Okay, you look into that room.
You look into that room.
You look into that room. You see some specks of blood and what looks like maybe a dagger on a table.
Oh, look, more daggers.
Mr. Sam, this might hurt you, and I'm gonna throw fireball
I'm behind a wall, so.
right here.
Okay. You do
That's
so.
Luckily, I'm behind a wall.
Hold on, I have a feat now.
Yeah, and fire kind of spews out from the doorway, not touching either of you, but it's hot. And I'll just go ahead and reveal the area, because you'll go in there eventually. Let me see here. This is gone. 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 And this is gone.
How do you know?
Fire bursts. Mr. Sam, if there's anything in there, it is dead now.
I'll take
You
your
didn't
word
roll
for it.
damage.
There's fire just spewing from this fucking room.
That's not full damage.
I said he didn't roll damage.
I did.
Oh.
It's 27.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, I'm stupid. Don't worry about it.
It's a lot of damage.
I was scrolled up too far.
Big boy
World
damage.
up.
Wonder what the
So
full
now there's just a
damage
lot of ash in there.
Yay!
I can just see smoke billowing out. from
Yep,
this.
there's just smoke
Wow.
billowing out from the room.
Glad there was nothing useful in there.
Oh, there probably was.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
It's okay. It's okay. 6. It's okay.
Anything else?
That's my turn, man.
Okay. Then let's see.
I don't like this version of Zelfer.
5, 10, 15,
What?
20.
It burns.
From the room behind you, from the room behind you,
Wrong
Sam,
choice.
and you would see this as well. You see what looks like was probably used to be a man. Chandler says I smell funny. Well, Scooter, he looks funny. What used to probably be a man.
fucking
It looks
got him.
kind of
Holy
similar
shit,
to
dude.
the. It looks similar to Melty Man up front, but worse. A bit more
Melty Man
purple, a
breed.
bit more feral. He's running on all fours, and you turn around just in time to see him lurch out at you and try to grapple and latch onto your chest. So I'm going to have you roll a dexterity saving throw. And he's going to roll to hit. Okay. So as he jumps out and digs his claws into your chest, you're going to take 6 piercing damage. And now he is latched onto your chest and he's wrapping himself around you and screeching. And
Whoops.
you are basically constrained. Your movement is halved.
Why my BP hard?
Yeah, this is just like what toddlers just.
Yeah, really, really
That's what I
freaky,
imagine.
melty toddlers.
This is what I. Yeah,
Hey, what
this
up,
is
Chan?
what I imagine.
Ew.
motherhood
Yo,
to
Chan,
feel
it's been a
like,
hot
just being
minute. How's it
constricted
going,
by
man? Good to see you in
something
chat.
nappy and
What's up, guys?
screaming.
Please make it
and
stop,
then
Mr.
next,
Sam.
5, 10, And another one
that.
comes out running on his on two legs, and he's going to basically try to punch you in the face.
What is this, Fallout?
Yes.
How about an 18?
Finna hit me, bud.
And
My
he
AC is
punches and
not
claws
bad.
you in the face for 4 damage.
Yeah.
I've already lost 10 health.
So you've just been assaulted. Yeah. And now you have one just climbing on you. 6, you hear a commotion from the other room.
Okay, I'll take off.
And you
then
hear
at that
Zelfer go,
point.
Mr. Sam, please make it stop.
Hopefully he can get a peppered too.
Okay, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
And you see the scene I just described.
Crap. Yes. 15. What's that plaque say?
Are you going to dash up to the plaque and read it?
Yeah.
You are the worst.
Ignoring Zelfer, you dash
Don't
all the
worry,
way up to
I
the
got him.
You dash all the way up to the plaque, and it's a nice wooden laminated plaque with gold etchings in it. And it looks like there used to be several names there. You can very easily see that there's just been a bunch scratched out, and the only one left that hasn't been scratched out is Tarin the Punisher.
I see. Alright.
Nerd.
I can't take any other action. I've already doubled
Yes.
my movement. So
Yes.
there we go.
Okay, and so you move to
He
help.
got there very fast and read some pages very
You
fast.
Yeah,
are
he ran.
literally the worst.
He ran instead of attacking. He just ran past Zelfer to read.
There was no way I could have attacked.
All right, Sam, what you doing?
Too far away.
I'll step here. I'll slash at this one first.
Okay, roll to hit.
Slashy boy.
Jesus Christ, plus
looks
9? How do you have a
painful.
plus 9 to hit?
Because of the magic bonus.
We already discussed. There's no magic bonus there. There's nothing about that weapon that gives you a bonus to hit.
Ooh,
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
in trouble.
No, it doesn't matter. It's literally just a plus 1. So instead of a plus 9, you have a plus 8, which is still pretty good. But you'd hit either way. 19 slashing / necrotic. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Okay, so describe the scene to me as you walk up to this thing and have its health in one turn.
He punched my dude, and I fucking... You said halved his health?
You halved his health. You cleaved him across the chest. With a big meaty flesh, like the sound of
Big,
flesh being ripped
meaty
apart.
claws.
Big
Yeah.
meaty claws.
Yeah, I drive it through his shoulder or something and slash downwards.
You slash downward with a scythe, and some kind of like a blackness spreads across his chest. Isaac will be wrapping up as soon as this fight is done.
And then
Um,
take
Menon?
my
Oh, you have another, don't you?
I have another attack.
Yeah, you have another attack. We're level 5 now.
And then I attack that boy.
Okay, roll a hit. Jesus Christ.
Eat one of those.
15.
he
You're
don't.
rolling well. Okay. Then that's going to be okay. And well, here's the thing. That one is latched onto Zelfer.
I hit it like a golf ball.
Okay. I'm going to allow one of two scenarios. You can either have your damage and put it all into the enemy, or I'll have you roll something to not hit Zelfer as well.
I go, sorry, Zelfer. Roll whatever it is.
Okay. Why don't you roll?
I'm not even sure why that was offered as a
Why don't you
choice.
roll a general dex?
I
roll
hope
to
I
hit Zelfer
I hope I
and the
don't hit
guy?
you.
Do I have my reaction to try to shield myself as he says sorry?
You don't need to. He passed. Okay.
Okay.
So,
So I would have cast shield and gone, oh no!
okay. So you're getting your ass kicked, Zelfer, but you kind of see the movement of your corner of your eye. You see a scythe just swipe right past your face and into the thing on your back, and it screeches out.
I hope I knocked it off at least.
Okay.
Get off of him.
Not quite. It's latching on. It's digging its claws further into her chest now after getting hit. Menon, what are you doing? You're kind of able to peek around the corner and see this going down.
Ooh, yikes.
If only I'd picked the right room.
Yeah, you had like a 1 in 3 chance there.
I I guess I'll go in.
That's the spirit.
Like, so let's see. So, oop.
With your movement, you can reach here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm a. Let's see. Is this one? Is this one right here still alive or?
Yes.
They're both alive.
They're both alive.
Okay, sorry, I'm just like really tired. I'm gonna bonk it with my staff quick.
Okay, you
Very
bonk
good.
it.
Do the
It's-
bonk.
No, I mean like it's a
Attack.
I mean a quarter staff.
Bonk
It's a
it.
weapon.
Bonk the fucker. Okay. You do not bonk the fucker. You run up kind of hesitantly, like, I guess I'm gonna help, and you swing your quarterstaff, and it kind of ducks out of the way.
Like, the fuck is this shit?
Anything else?
Nope.
Fireball
Okay,
again.
Percy. You hear the commotion.
Yeah, I sure do. Oh, that's so far away.
Me too.
Okay. I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 40. Can I read the placard from there?
Yeah, you can kind of squint, and you can read in the gold.
Can I see
writing.
my name on there at all?
No. Well, there's a bunch
Frick.
crossed out, but you see Taran the Punisher written on there.
Yeah, but am I like one of the crossed out ones?
There's no way to tell. It's been completely like cut out.
Ugh. Big, small brain.
You can
gamer.
maybe study it later and investigate, but maybe you could try.
Right, well,
But,
that's my move speed, so.
Or you could study it now.
or you could do it now. Yeah. Zelfer, what you doing?
Sam, you're gonna kill this thing, right?
Yep.
I'm casting enlarge on Sam.
Sam, you say yep, and your size doubles in your head. How tall are you?
6'11".
Oh my god. Your head hits the roof. Your head hits the fucking ceiling. You grow without warning. You kind of clonk your head. You're looking down at this situation now.
My weapon grows to match.
Yes, and you do extra D4 of damage.
Because God knows he needs it.
I think you also have advantage on strength-based checks or something.
Enlarge.
That is good.
Yep, has strength checks and saving.
Yeah. So,
Please kill these things.
Oh, sorry if I hit you in advance.
Just don't kill me.
This giant man swinging down a giant scythe on you.
Of all the.
I'm
was
gonna
between
warn everyone to get away. when
It was
you
between
enlarges me.
you and Six who was gonna get enlarged first in combat. I just want to see Six. You can fight the statue mano y mano.
Hey.
Oh my god.
I'm currently a 14-foot tall boy.
With a big voice, fucking sight.
A literal giant.
Yeah, who has
I
to
still don't
crouch
think it's a great
down to
idea
not
to-
hit his head on the fucking ceiling?
I still don't think it would be a good idea to fight the statue mano a mano.
Probably not.
You're gonna.
But it's an option now.
What are you doing?
Can I? If I move, this thing moves with me.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking can't do shit. So
You're just standing there hoping.
I'll try to crawl a little bit away with it.
Okay, you crawl a little bit away with it. It is still latched onto you.
That's about all I got, my guy.
Okay. Then it is gonna tear into you. And it's gonna
Oh,
start just clawing at your chest. The first one is going to be only a 12 to hit. Somehow.
That fucking. I'm casting. Can I cast shield with him on top of me?
Yeah.
Ah!
Okay.
Because otherwise, that's gonna hit me.
A 12?
That's my AC.
Oh
I'm
my
a wizard.
fuck. Okay.
I'm a wizard guy.
He's got one higher AC than I
and then
do.
the next is gonna be a dirty 20. So.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So he goes to claw me. A little shield blocks it.
And then with his other claw, he's like, okay, fuck. And that's gonna
Like
be since
like he
he's
faked
latched
you out.
onto your chest. It's gonna be 9 damage as he tears across your chest with his other hand.
Oofda.
Okay, and then the other one is going to, seeing Sam grow immeasurably large, he's gonna start just wailing at his leg.
Leg wailing.
Can I roll to punt again?
The first one's gonna be a 16 to hit,
That hits barely.
and the next is gonna be a 17. So we got 2 hits.
That hits.
So he's going to punch and claw at you for a total of 9 damage at your leg.
Ouch.
He's just flipping the fuck out. Okay, 6. What are you doing now?
The one next to me there, it looks gross. Does it look injured? Is there any way for me to know?
Yeah, he's got a massive cut across his chest.
Okay, well, I'll punch it.
Punch it then.
Punch it. I get my second attack at level 5. 2 attacks.
Double punch.
And boom.
One punch.
Oh my god, max damage. Okay.
One punch.
Okay, so you
2
punch this thing in the
punch.
side of the head twice, and it kind of reels back, barely conscious now.
Sweet. Well, I'll use. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the what's it called?
Fury of blows.
Fury of blows. Thank you, sir. Let's finish him off. Why not?
2 punch.
Okay.
1 punch.
So yeah, one more punch. The third
Okay.
one, the third one misses as he kind of like falls away from you, and then you lean forward and give him one more cut into the side of the head, actually caving in the side of his head a bit. And there's like a pop as pus.
One
kind of,
crunch.
there's a pop as pus comes pouring out of his head, and he lands on the
No.
ground in a puddle
Ugh.
of
Delicious.
blood and
One
pus,
crunch.
and his head caved in.
I fill up
Gross.
the cup and start. No, I'm kidding.
I shake my fist. Ugh.
Gross.
Okay.
That's me.
All right.
Me.
What you doing, Sam?
Crawl through
You
building
kind of
and-
like crouch over. Smash.
Ah.
Okay.
Add a D4 of damage. Remember.
Oh yeah.
And are you gonna have it, or are you gonna make a roll to not hit him?
I'll make a roll to not hit.
Make that dex check.
I don't have a shield this time, my guy. You're gonna hit.
You made it again. Okay, so that's 18 damage. As you cut
it
into
hit?
this thing on its chest, you slice with your massive scythe. You start at the back of the neck and pull all the way down its spine, basically tearing its back open, and it flops onto
Ugh.
the ground.
Is it not dead?
There-
It is dead.
Is there more pulse?
Well, just in case, just do it again.
That is a lot of damage.
There is a lot of blood on the ground.
Wow.
And with initiative ending there, anybody have any closing notes?
Shrink. Just end concentration.
Okay, and your regular size again.
Oh, that was fun. You should do that more often.
I can, but right now I'm in pain.
I'll heal Zelfer.
There's a lot of smoke coming from the other room.
Yeah, there is. You
Okay.
guys do see smoke billowing from this room, from this door.
If anything was in there, they're dead.
Okay.
Okay. Then unless anyone has any other closing things they really wanted to do before we end, we can end there for tonight.
10
Sounds
health.
good.
You can go ahead and do that healing. Cool.
There you go.